People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank. Member FDIC.
This is Queen Bee Radio High School Sports Presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bitech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implements, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Bouse Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Reckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
Good evening. Welcome to Mineral Point High School. We're at Ron Murphy Field. Rob Spangler, along with Scott Tolzman, bringing you tonight's action, a SWAL showdown. The Cuba City Cubans at the Mineral Point Pointers. Cuba City comes in 0-3, looking for their first win of the year tonight, Scott. Of course, the Pointers, they did get win number one the first week of the season, a game that you were at, right?
Yeah, they ended up beating Dodgeville the first week of the season, and then they took on Platteville and were in the game, but they ended up losing more or less in the last couple a quarter and a half. They fell behind. And then last week they took on Darlington, which is a machine.
Tough task.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and then you look at Cuba City, you know, they're 0-4, but they have some talented kids, and I've seen them play once already, so they have at times looked good, and then at times not look so good.
Yeah, and I guess the question is, can they get their first W of the season tonight, Scott?
I know the game I saw them, they still had a couple kids out, and they played Lancaster. And they played Lancaster at least the second half pretty tough. Kept the game close for a while, and then they just kind of petered out. But if I were to look at either team right now, I would give the upper hand to Cuba City.
Even though they're 0-3 coming in.
Yeah, I think they got better speed, and they have a nice quarterback. The quarterback can throw a nice ball, and he can get it out there, and they have some good receivers. So it's the defense that is a little susceptible.
Well, we'll see what kind of game we have tonight. I would expect a competitive and close battle, again, with two teams near the bottom of the SWAL Conference. Thank you for joining us. It is Grant Regional Health Center, People's State Bank coverage of high school sports presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and also Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And our YouTube stream tonight is brought to you by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Laley Center Monroe on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. So you can watch the action and listen to it here on Dubuque Super Hits 106 KIYX Sageville, Dubuque. We'll continue our Raleigh Cheese pregame show coming up next, where we visit with both head coaches. First, we'll visit with the visiting head coach of the Cuba City Cubans, Guy Kopp, right after this break here on Super Hits 106.
pregame won.
Steve Schmidt Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton has unique team treasures. They have over 25,000 signed sports cards, plus autographed photos, bobbleheads, caps, signed baseballs, and more. That's Steve Schmidt Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton.
Ready for some high-flying fun? Don't miss the Over the Edge fundraiser. Friday, September 12th. Watch Brave Repellers take on the 13-story Midwest One Bank building in downtown Dubuque. That's right, 13 stories straight down. And when everyone is back on solid ground, the party kicks in. Don't miss the Over the Edge after party featuring live music from the Elizabeth Mary Band, 6 to 9 p.m. It's all happening outside the Midwest One Bank building in downtown Dubuque. Good vibes, community spirit, and one unforgettable day of fun.
Welcome back to the Raleigh Cheese pregame show. Rob Spangler joined by Guy Kopp, head coach for the Cuba City Cubans. First of all, thanks for joining us tonight, Coach.
It's always a pleasure to have you guys covered.
So Friday Night Lights back in action, and you guys are looking to, I guess, get that first dub. I know last weekend's game against Belleville, it was close, but it just felt like you couldn't quite, grab momentum to take control of that game in the second half. Even after that big play kickoff return by Ethan Griffin, you just couldn't quite capture that momentum.
No, that was the spark we felt we needed. The kids do bring a lot of spark. I mean, you would never know at practice this week. We haven't won a ball game yet. They're fighters. They're go-getters. They want to succeed. And as coaches, we don't want to. Hey, we're in it with you. We don't think we're bad. We're just making few mistakes every game that are very costly mistakes. If you make a mistake and it ain't costly, no one notices.
Right.
But when you make that one mistake, and we've had 4, 5, 6 a game, and it costs us field position, it costs us some points, it costs us some players. There's a lot of things that go on Friday night. But the big thing that, as our coaching staff will tell you, our kids are staying positive. Hey, this week I told them, no more questions after Wednesday. So when we come in Thursday morning, we are just prepping for tonight, for Friday night.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, they didn't have questions. Last week, Thursday, there were questions after questions every time we ran the play. You can't be that way. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know your assignment, and let's not outthink the room. And I tell you what, these kids had a great week of practice, motivated, and they're excited to go to Mineral, be here tonight, I should say, and take on the Pointers. We feel we match up very well with them.
You look at Mineral Point, that's a team that started the year with a win over kind of a close rival of theirs, Dodgeville. But since then, they've kind of taken their lumps, especially, of course, most recently against Darlington, although, as it looks, maybe everybody's going to be taking their lumps against Darlington. But that being said, this feels like a game that could go either way, Coach.
Absolutely. And like you hit it right in the head. I think every week it could go either way for any team in the league. We're all good. And then you got Darlington. Hey, they're proving they're a well-oiled machine right now early in the season. But, you're always one injury away from a loss. But I like this matchup tonight. I feel, our O-line and the D-line match up against their O-line and D-line. I feel like skilled players are evenly matched. Now it's going to become down to execution. And once again, it's the fourth week. You never say you're inexperienced. We got 2 games under our belt. The team that makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win this game. And like I said, we feel we have our guys prepared. I felt they had a great week of practice. We were a little more physical. We had a little more intensity. They want it, and you know what? I'm going to tell you, they want it more than the coaches want it this week. So that's always a good thing to build off of, and I'm going to use that when I go back in for my pregame speech.
Absolutely, and on a positive note, Coach, your Cuba City Cubans defensively, I think, have played really solid all season despite, the results not going your way.
Actually, it's not a bad one.
It's the offense is just a tick off here, a tick off there. Maybe the pass is just slightly out in front of the receiver, or like you talked about, maybe a blocking assignment gets missed here and there. It just feels like you're just a hair off from really high level execution.
And we stress that in practice. I'll be honest with you. In practice, we sometimes make the same mistakes. We correct them, they fix them, and it's great. But, you never know what that young man's going to do on the field. You always, it comes easy to us, but sometimes, hey, we're not in the battle. We can call whatever we want. We're not in the battle. We don't know what's going on in the field. But, hey, we got confidence in whoever is out there. And you know what? If they can't do it, we get someone else in there. We got the numbers to do that. One more time, we're excited about tonight. We're excited about how hard our kids work. Now, how the outcome comes tonight, we'll have to wait till after the game, after the 48 minutes. But we're going to be in shape. We're going to run around. We're not going to get tired. And we're going to play physical and fast. And like I said, we'll win the battle up front. We'll end up with the W tonight.
Now we look at Mineral Point, the opponent. They're led by their quarterback, Liam Carey. Running back is Clayton Yana. Those are a couple, big names to look at. What can you tell us about Mineral Point and what you need to do to be successful?
Defensively, once again, you named the best player, the quarterback, and they got a big bruiser at the running back. They'll turn around. They will run a little option football at you. If you get on the quarterback fast, they'll pitch it. Almost seems like you don't want to run the ball, but if you get on it too quick, they're going to run the RPO and hit the quick slant. And if you ain't playing great man coverage or playing great zone coverage, you'll see them squeak down. Got to know our assignments. They got to know our assignments on defense. You got to do your job. You do that, we'll be fine. Offensively, you look at ours. We love our quarterback. Hudson Kieler is doing a great job. We love our receivers. We love our O-line. But, hey, they got to do their job. They can't miss an assignment. They can't let people in. They got to give us time. If you give us time, our receivers have time. Then the ball is thrown better. They're right where they're supposed to be. Get the ball in their athlete's hand, we'll go. Then you can't forget about Griffin Eckhart. He got a lot of – not Griffin Eckhart, I'm sorry. Ethan Griffin. That's from a long time. Ethan Griffin's a heck of a running back for us.
Yep.
He gets the time. He's going to be brutal. When you watch him return that kick last week, he's explosive. Well, you create a little hole for him, he's going to make something happen. And then you got the bruiser and Brad Rowe. He needs to pound out the yardage and get us what we can up front, 3-4 yards when we need it. So, like I said, we do all that. I threw a lot at you, but, that's what we look at week in and week out. And every week we are getting better. That's why we're staying positive and we're hungry and we need this win tonight.
Absolutely. And if you get that first win under your belt, I think it's just, a big sigh of relief.
We're fine. I was just checking. So
maybe kind of the saying takes the monkey off the back a little bit.
Absolutely. You hit it on the head. Again, you come Monday, you watch film. Hey, the attitude's a little bit different. You come out Tuesday and Wednesday at the work days. Kids are going to be, hey, this is great. This was fun. People were saying positive things, not negative. And with losses, it's easy to be negative, but I'm not a negative person. We're going to continue to fight and battle. And like I said, go next week with a win and see how that works out for us. And when we have this conversation next week, I'm going to say, you're spot on.
Hey, Coach, we appreciate the time on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. Best of luck tonight against Mineral Point.
For the enjoyment and respect of
I
all
appreciate your time, Robert. You have a great one.
The high ideals of
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
Welcome back to the Raleigh Cheese pregame show. Rob Spangler joined by the head coach of the Mineral Point Pointers, Coach Justin Leonard. And first of all, Coach, thank you for taking time to chat with us today.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So your Pointers started the year with that big dub over Dodgeville week 1. The last 2 games, hasn't quite gone your way. And, no surprise, Darlington kind of looks like Darlington again this year. But you're trying to get back on track tonight against Cuba City. How do you feel about, kind of the state of the team, both mentally and physically, going into this game?
Yeah, it's been a challenging last couple of weeks. The 2 teams we played in Platteville and Darlington are very high-quality teams and should do really well within their conference. Our guys have been mature about it. They've worked hard, continued to work on their mastering their craft and getting better at those things that we asked them to get better at. Mentally-wise, I just think they're ready to go for tonight. They know that tonight is a big game for us. We need to get a W, because Cuba City, they're going to come and they're going to try and get a W as well. And I just think there's a maturity about this team. They kind of know who they are and where they want to go. And so hopefully tonight we can put it all together and get a W.
Yeah, you bring up a great point, Coach Leonard. And talking about Cuba City, tonight's foe specifically, they're 0-3. That record, though, may be a little deceptive, especially when you look at who they've played, and particularly last week's game for Cuba City. We were there. They hosted Belleville, who was also a winless team going into that game, so we knew someone, obviously was going to get off the schneid and get their first win. It happened to be Belleville, but that game was close into basically the fourth quarter, and that's when Belleville kind of pulled away. What do you expect of this matchup tonight? How tight of a game do you think this is going to be against Cuba City?
To be honest with you, it doesn't matter what the record is when you play Cuba City. You know that you're going to get a game from them. Whether you're a team that is coming in 3-0 or coming in 0-3, they're coached very well. Coach Kopp does a phenomenal job down there. He will have his guys ready to play, and that's kind of been the message to our guys all week is like, you better be ready because we're going to be in a dogfight. And that team that can do those fundamentals better than the other team and is willing to play 4 quarters of football will probably be the one that comes out on top tonight. And so, that's going to just kind of be the focus is, hey, we got to get it before they get theirs.
Justin Leonard, head coach for Mineral Point, joining us on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show. Coach Leonard, let's talk about your team a little bit. Of course, your quarterback, just a sophomore, so a young player, but he's kind of surrounded by juniors and seniors. You do have a few sophomores, though, sprinkled in on that offensive line, so you've got a really unique mix of players when it comes to the classes, because you have several sophomores, also several juniors and seniors. So this is an interesting mix of players, Coach.
It is. Coming into the season, we lost a lot of very talented kids that have been weight room warriors for many years up front. We were very physical last year up front, and we really didn't know what we were going to get. And what I would say is this group has not backed down. They've gotten better every week, especially up front. Liam, our quarterback, he continues to develop. He got reps last year as a freshman, and he just continues to get better and better. And they're really starting to gel together really, really well. And, the game of football or any sport, really, it's about that development from week to week. Can you stack the successes on top of each other, and can you get a group of boys to come together and play together? And that's the challenge that you face every year. And so our goal each week, again, is just try to get better and better, and our guys have responded very, very well, and I really look forward to what they can do tonight in Week 4.
Justin Leonard with Mineral Point joining us on the pregame show. You've also got a big, powerful running back who moonlights as a linebacker in Clayton Yana. It's nice to have one of those bell couch-style running backs, isn't it?
It is. We've had a different style running back the last couple of years. We had Reed Ackerman last year and Clayton Yana this year where, when they get their shoulders square and they come downhill, when you're a big back, it's tough to tackle. And we always tell our guys, know who you are, right? And be that person, right? And so Clayton knows that he is that guy, and he's going to punish people when he's coming downhill and coming forward. And so that's what we want to establish. We want to establish Clayton and get him going in the ground game and then feed off of him.
Now, as far as tonight's game specifically, what do you think will be the key factors into coming out of here with your second victory of the season, Coach?
Sometimes I feel like I'm a broken record, but again, we have to win the line of scrimmage. We have to reduce penalties. We need to make sure that we're assignment sound and we know where to be both offensively and defensively, take care of the ball, and stack plays on top of each other. Don't have setbacks. And if we can stack plays on top of each other, I think things will go well for us tonight.
And of course, you guys have the home field advantage. That always, it's just a comfort level playing at your home field, isn't it?
It is. It's nice being at home. We really enjoy our stadium. We enjoy the ability to walk out of the locker room and cross the parking lot. We're right there ready to go. So we're excited for tonight. And as always, the home crowd is great. So we'll see what happens.
All right, Justin Leonard, head coach for Mineral Point, joining us on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show. Opening kick right around the corner. Coach, thank you so much for your time today. Best of luck tonight and all season.
Thank you.
Pregame 1.
And welcome back to Mineral Points, Ron Murphy Field. Rob Spangler with Scott Tolzman bringing you tonight's action here on Super Hits 106. Also on the Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel. And we are out with the people tonight in the stands. It's a beautiful night for high school football and Friday Night Lights. The Pointers looking for their second win of the year, Scott. And, of course, Cuba City trying to get off the schneid, as they say. We talked with both head coaches. What did you think about what they had to say tonight?
I think they both mentioned what they need to do, control line of scrimmage, not commit the turnovers and mistakes that can take things away from you.
Yep.
You're looking at these two teams, and so far, all three of their games have come against some very tough opponents. Cuba City took on Potosi Cassville, and then Lancaster, and then Billville's no slouch team. They were in the semifinals last year in their division. And they return a pretty good group of kids. So, in Mineral Point, Darlington, Platteville, and they did beat Dodgeville. So it could be a very exciting game, and it's going to come down to which way the ball bounces.
Yeah, no question about it. Mineral Point just running onto the field, of course. The Pointers, as we look at their colors of the game, they're presented by Cuba City Family Dental and Kieler Family Dental, along with Darlington Family Dental, 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. The colors of the game for Mineral Point, they're in all blue uniforms, blue pants, blue jerseys, white numbers. And we're actually going to take a quick break while they perform the national anthem. Back with more of our Raleigh Cheese pregame after this on Super Hits 106.
Pregame 2.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
Show your school spirit with every swipe. People's State Bank offers debit cards featuring your local school's mascot. And now through September 30th, you can upgrade for 50% off. Even better, $5 from your card fee goes right back to your school. It's an easy way to support your team and look good doing it. Visit any People's State Bank location to upgrade your debit card today. Iowa sales tax may apply to fees and service charges. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Pregame 2.
And we're back on the Raleigh Cheese pregame show. As we were doing colors of the game, we should do visiting Cuba City there in their black pants, white jerseys, black numbers, and black helmets. Again, our colors of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental, 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Our exclusive turf weather report, Scott, it's brought to you by Dewey's Tire Repair for all your farm, auto, tire, and truck sales, service, and needs. The best place to take a leak. Dewey's Tire Repair. Field looks pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Weather, really nice.
It's nice. Radar does show the rain coming in, but hopefully game should be done by the time it does.
Yep.
And truthfully, we do need some rain because you can start to see a little bit of yellow spots on the field. And I mowed lawn today, and it was awful dusty and hard.
No doubt. We're coming to you from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, which happens to be the stands at Mineral Point High School. Ayers Furniture has the best seat in the house. Ayers Furniture, downtown Ridgeway, for free delivery on the heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and AyersFurniture.com. Just about time for our starting lineups presented by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line for options for brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. And let's take a look at that starting lineup. First, we'll start with the visiting Cuba City Cubans. Defensively, they look like this up front. They've got 4 down linemen. The defensive ends are Michael Terpstra, number 60, and Bradley Rowe, number 42. The tackles are Ty Fischler and Landon Bausch. Linebackers include Briggs Rundy, Jackson Dressler, Braden Andrews, and Frankie Welp. The safety is Ethan Griffin, and the corners are Landon Leffelholtz and Trevor Vanetta. And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Mineral Point Pointers offense. The offensive line is led by sophomore quarterback number 1, Liam Carey. Also behind him, the running back, number 10, Clayton Yana, 6'1", 220-pound junior. The receivers, number 17, Thorin Bamstead, 5'7", 145-pound junior. Hudson Schroeder, number 18, he's 6'2", 156-pound senior. Elliot Kite, number 21, 6', 152-pound junior. And Brett Bossert, number 6, he is a 6'1", 165-pound senior. Offensive line, Garen Docknall is the center. Reed Docknall, left guard. Sawyer Dannenberg, the right guard. Tackles are Keegan Wenger and Jacob Dannenberg. Now, Mineral Point will be kicking off, so Cuba City's offense will actually get the first start on the field tonight. Back to receive for the Cubans, they have Ethan Griffin and also number 14, Briggs Rundy. Getting set to kick off, it is Liam Carey, who is, of course, the quarterback as well for the Mineral Point Pointers. Ball is on the tee. Scott, we are set for the opening kick.
Briggs Rundy and Ethan Griffin back deep for the Cubans.
And looks like it's going to go out of bounds.
Squibber, yep, it's going to go out of bounds far side near the 30-yard line.
And it's going to come up to the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 there for the Cubans. So Cuba City's offense again gets the first crack. They're led by Hudson Kieler, followed by Bradley Rowe, their big fullback, and Ethan Griffin in the backfield behind him. Receivers Trevor Vanetta, Riley Shepard, and Briggs Rundy. Offensive lineman Maddox Rogeman is the center. Terpstra and Andrews the guards. Doherty and Sapi are your tackles. Again, the ball at the 35-yard line. First quarter just underway here. 12 minutes on the clock and working out of the pistol formation here. It's Kieler with a running back behind him. That would be Ethan Griffin. He gets the ball. Griffin hits the hole hard. Not a whole lot of daylight there, Scott. Maybe a couple yards, and that's about it. Looks like he stopped on the play by number 68 for Mineral Point. That would be Keegan Wenger.
Griffin on the carry up the middle.
Yeah, just quick dive play. Test everything out here. Picks up 2.
So 2nd down and 8 for the Cuba City Cubans. 11:33 to play, just underway from Mineral Point High School. Rob Spangler, Scott Tolsman bringing you the action tonight. Beautiful night for high school football. Again, pistol formation here for Kieler. Again, the handoff to Griffin. Big hole right side. He's through it. He's across midfield and back to the 40 before he's finally tracked down from behind by number 10, Clayton Yana. But what a great burst there by Ethan Griffin and a great hole behind the right guard that time for the Cubans.
Yes, it was. Big hole. He hit it fast and was past the linebacker before you knew it, and he had 26 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say around 25. We'll call it 26 on that scamper by Ethan Griffin. So far, he's had both offensive plays for the Cubans. Man in motion right to left, Vanetta, and Griffin gets it again. He's running up the gut this time. Churns his way forward across the 35 down to about the 33. Picks up 3, close to 4 yards on that play. Boy, the Cuban offensive line off to a hot start, getting some push up front tonight early, aren't they, Scott?
Yes, they are. They're driving Mineral Point's line back, able to hit those holes, and then, as Woody Hayes would say, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
2nd down and 6 coming up after the 4-yard gain. Man in motion, Shepard left to right. Here comes the delayed handoff again to Griffin. Right up the gut, right behind his center. He's across the 30, dives ahead. Looks to be about a yard shy of the first down or so before he's finally tracked down.
Yeah, he picked up about 5 yards on that. He's in about third and yard and a half.
Yep.
Third and short now.
Third down, but as you said, about a yard and a half. We'll call it 3rd and 2 coming up. So here we go. Big third down early in this game. Kieler again in the pistol. Man in motion this time is Collins. Hands it off to Griffin. Running left. Shakes a man. Spins out of a tackle, and he's got the first down. What a nice individual effort by Ethan Griffin before he's finally tracked down by number 55, Sawyer Dannenberg. He gets inside the 25 at about the 24, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cubans.
Needed about 2, picks up 5, gives them a new first down. And
this is an impressive opening drive, Scott, for the Cuba City Cubans.
yes, it is. It's a statement drive for them.
They're just outside the Bitech green zone at the 24 of Mineral Point. Pistol again for Kieler. Hands it off to Griffin, running right. Nice tackle from behind. Swiping in his winger to take out the feet of Ethan Griffin. That was a great solo tackle in the backfield to prevent anything more than, actually, looks like they may have even lost a yard,
yeah,
Scott.
He's going to end up losing a yard on that.
So 2nd down and 11. A great solo tackle for loss, again by Winger. And it's 2nd and 11 coming up here for the Cubans. Split receivers, one to either side. Pistol formation, man in motion, Venata. Here comes the handoff. Griffin trying to run right. He's hit, and he's taken down in the backfield again. Back-to-back TFLs for Mineral Point. Cole Potts. He's the one who made the solo stop that time, Scott, and another loss of yardage. They're going to lose at least 2 almost 3 more.
Yep, they're in a hole now.
Well, now it's 3rd and 13 here for the Cuba City Cubans. Back-to-back TFLs for the Pointers. And we'll see if Cuba can keep this drive alive. They're at their own at the Mineral Point 27-yard line.
So 2 down territory.
Pistol formation. Passing option. Rolling out is Kieler. He's hit in the backfield and sacked. It is a Sups.com sack by number 55, Sawyer Dannenberg.
Number 55, Sawyer Dannenberg.
Great pursuit. Dannenberg had another defender meet him at the quarterback, and Kieler had nowhere to go, Scott. He loses a ton of yardage. That'll take him back outside the 30 to about the 36-yard line, and now it looks like the Cubans will be forced to punt.
Yeah, they're going to be forced to punt. It's probably looking at that was about a 10-yard loss on the
4th
sack.
and 22 is what it looks like. Here comes the punt for the Cubans. Getting it away, it is Carter Rundy. This one will bounce inside the 10 and roll to about the 6 or 7, it looks like, where it's 1st and 10 for the Pointers.
Carter Rundy with a punt deep into Pointers territory.
So Mineral Point comes up with a big-time stop. They get back-to-back TFLs and then a big quarterback sack, Scott, to really turn the tide on what was shaping up to be an impressive drive by the Cuba City Cubans.
Yes, it was a nice drive. They maybe went to the well one too many times on giving it to the same running back all the way through.
1st and 10 for the Pointers at their own 6. Working out of the shotgun here, Liam Carey. Running back in the backfield is Yana. Man in motion, takes a snap, hands it off to Yana. No. Actually, it is Liam Carey who kept it, and he is brought down for a loss in the backfield, Scott.
Yeah, they snuffed that up.
He faked me out. I thought he had handed it off to Yana, but he ends up losing yardage on the play, at least a yard. Looks like they will spot it near the 5, so we'll call it like a 1-yard loss. Well, no, it's more than that.
4 yards. Loss of 4 yards on that play.
Yeah, it's inside the 5, so loss of 3 is what we'll call it, actually. And now 2nd and 13 for the Pointers. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation here for Carey. Again, Yana in the backfield. And he hands it off to Yana this time, up the middle. And Yana leans forward and gets what he can, which isn't a whole lot, but he was met by a host of Cubans. Leading the charge is number 73, Landon Bush.
Yana with the carry up the middle.
Looks like he picks up close to 4 on that one.
14, Briggs Rundy, and a couple other Cubans in there as well.
So 3rd down and 9 coming up for Cuba City with 5:57 remaining in this first quarter. Pretty fast-moving first quarter, Scott.
Yes, it is. Well, both teams have run. Nobody's throwing yet, so we don't have any stoppage.
Well, Hudson Kieler was going to try to throw,
yeah,
but ended up getting a Sups.com sack. Again, working out of the pistol here. It's Carey, man in motion. And he will hand it off to Yana, and he is going nowhere as he is slammed in the backfield. Making the stop is Briggs Rundy. He had some help on that one as well. But Cuba City snuffed that out beautifully, and it'll bring up 4th and long for Mineral Point. And they'll be forced to punt from their own end zone or right near the goal line.
Yeah, it ended up being a negative yard carry. So it's 4th and about a long 8.
Dannenberg on to punt, Griffin to return. He'll call a fair catch at the 39 of Mineral Point, make it the 38. And it's great starting field position on the second drive of the game here for the Cubans. Well, both defenses so far, Scott, have held up, but you got to say, as far as field position goes, it certainly favors Cuba City.
I would say yes, as of right now. Cuba City's the one that made the mistakes, though, that hurt them. We'll see what happens on this drive.
Yeah,
see if they open it up a little bit.
Such a promising opening drive. They went 5 plays before their first loss of yardage play, and then all of a sudden Mineral Point just kind of turned it on defensively.
They just called a penalty. I'm not sure what the penalty was, but it's Pink's.
A Pink's automotive penalty.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's 15 yards.
Wow, must be unsportsmanlike. I didn't see it, but
no, I didn't see no flag on the field.
Dead ball penalty against the Cubans.
So that will move it outside across the 50 to the 48 of Cuba City. 1st and 10. Kieler hands it off. Ethan Griffin has a hole left side before finally being drugged down by number 54, Jacob Dannenberg. And he picks up 4, almost 5 yards on that scamper.
I'd give him 5.
Nice hard run. And good ankle tackle by Dannenberg. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Cubans. 4:39 to play here in this first quarter. Scoreless game from Mineral Point High School. Beautiful night here at Ron Murphy Field. Thank you for listening on Super Hits 106 and also watching on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Here comes the delayed handoff. Ethan Griffin, big hole left side. Across the 40, 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Ethan Griffin. Griffin takes it to the house. That is a 46-yard touchdown run, Scott.
Yes, it is. Got outside, got a nice block by the receiver, and was able to outrun the safety and ends up putting it in for a score.
It's a Northland Buildings touchdown. We'll have the Sportsman, the Hunt, the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club. Extra point attempt coming up as Landon Bush is on to try and kick it through. The holder is Jonas Teasdale. Snap is down. The kick is up. Plenty of leg, and it is good.
The kick is good.
7-0 the score with 4:14 to play in the first quarter. Cuba City on top of the Pointers. Back after this on Super Hits 106.
In game 1.
For the past 70 years, Grant Regional Health Center has been more than a hospital. We've been your neighbors, your caregivers, your support in life's biggest moments. From welcoming new life to standing strong in times of need, we've grown with you because of you. As we celebrate our 70th anniversary, we remain committed to our communities and what matters most, exceptional local care for you. Grant Regional Health Center, celebrating 70 years of caring for our communities.
Fuller's Milker Center and GIA have the management tools you need to keep your dairy's profitability at your fingertips 24 hours a day. From many choices of reliable electronic ID to effective time-saving sort gates to the state-of-the-art Dairy Plan C21, monitor and control your parlor systems as you manage your whole herd. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your GIA dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center for details on the latest ID systems and sort gates that can help your dairy's efficiency, putting you and your cows in the fast lane.
In game 1.
Welcome back to Ron Murphy Field in Mineral Point here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Rob Spangler, Scott Tolzman bringing you the action tonight. Beautiful night for Friday Night Lights. Cuba City up early 7-0 with 4:14 to go in the first quarter. Landon Bush kicks it off. This one will bounce inside the 20, be fielded near the 14-yard line. And there's a hole up the middle, breaking free. It is the return man for Mineral Point, number 17. That would be Thorin Vanstad. Before he's finally tracked down inside the 20 of Cuba City. It'll be at the 19 is where they mark him down. What a return. Takes it from the 15, his own 15, to the Cuba City 19. An explosive special teams play for the Pointers to try and bounce back.
66 yards?
66-yard return, according to our official statistician, Scott Tolzman.
I don't know about official, but...
Well, as official as we can afford at Queen Bee Radio. Working out of the pistol here, it is Liam Carey running back behind him. And it's a delayed handoff. Ball goes to number 9. That would be Cole Pouts. Pouts, rather. And he maybe picks up a yard and a half on that one. Not a whole lot of daylight.
No, Cuba City right now is getting in there pretty quick and stuffing up the holes.
Gain of 1 on the play.
2 receivers to either side this time. Again, Pouts in the backfield behind Carey. Working out of the pistol formation. He looks to pass, throws to the right, into the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. Caught by number 6, Brett Bossert.
Number 1, Liam Carey. With a touchdown strike.
An 18-yard touchdown reception. And that is a Northland Buildings touchdown. Heck of a strike by Liam Carey.
It's a good answer.
Yeah. Mineral Point answers right back. 3:20 remaining in the first quarter. And now they'll try for the Point and Flush Gun Dogs extra point. Carey will kick. Holding, it is Pouts. Snap is down, kick is on the way, and it is good.
Kick is good.
So we're tied at 7 with 3:20 remaining in the first quarter. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 2.
Hello, Ben here from Darlington Family Dental. Your smile is as important to us as it is to you. Give us a call and schedule a consultation to figure out if clear aligners might be right for you. The consultation is free. Zero interest financing is available. This solution for your smile might be more cost effective than you think. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
In game 2.
Tie ball game 7-7 with 3:20 remaining in the first quarter. Rob Spangler with Scott Tolzman from Ron Murphy Field. We have a good one tonight, Scott. That was a big answer by Mineral Point to come back right after Cuba City scored and get their own touchdown, and we're knotted at 7. Liam Carey to kick off for the Pointers. Back deep, it's Ethan Griffin and Briggs Rundy. Last one was short. This one will be short as well, and it's going to be slid and covered right at the 30-yard line by number 20. That is Carter Rundy. So Cuba City will take over at their own 30-yard line. 3:19 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, that 66-yard kickoff return set them up inside their own Cuba City's 20-yard line. And
yeah, Thorin Vamstead really showed off some nice burst on that kick return, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Split receivers here, pistol formation. row to the right of Kieler. Behind him, it is Griffin. High snap. He gets it to Griffin anyway, who dives ahead and gets what he can, which looks to be about 3 yards. That one almost a dangerous play, Scott, as it was a high snap.
Yeah, they had a lot of these high snaps against Lancaster, and that kind of hurt them a little bit.
Gain of 2 on that run. It's now second.
Call it a 2-yard pickup, 2nd down and 8 for Cuba City as they have it at their own 32.
You figure by week 4, those should be fixed by now, but they still happen.
Yep, young men, right?
Yep.
2 receivers, 1 to either side. Again, pistol for Kieler. Griffin right behind him, hands it off, gives it up to Ethan Griffin, shakes a tackle. Man lost his helmet in the backfield before Ethan Griffin is finally tracked down after, I don't know if he got any yardage, maybe a yard. The Pointers really strung that out nicely.
Tackle on the play by 54, Jake Dannenberg.
Dannenberg makes a stop, and they, again, gain maybe only a yard.
Yep.
So we'll call it 3rd and 7 here for Cuba City.
3rd and 7. Cuba City's been keeping it to the ground.
3rd down and 7 for the Cubans. Trips left, 1 receiver right. Kieler out of the gun. Griffin to his right, takes a snap, looking to the left, has time, throws over the middle. It's caught by Carson Collins, but he is tackled immediately, Scott, and only picks up maybe 2 or 3 yards on that reception. So definitely not enough to move the sticks, and Cuba City is going to be forced to punt once again.
On the play by number 9, Cole Pouts.
On to punt, it'll be Carter Rundy. And there's actually 2 men back for Mineral Point to receive the punt. You've got Brett Bossert back there, and also, of course, Vanstead, who had a great return on the kickoff a moment ago. Here comes the kick by Rundy. This one will bounce near the 35, inside the 30, roll inside the 25, gets a very nice roll for Cuba City, and it's down near the 21, maybe the 22. That's where the Pointers will start out this time.
Cuba City wasn't able to get anything going on.
No, 3 and out, and Mineral Point all of a sudden feels like they have the momentum, doesn't it?
Yes. And switching around. Let's see what Cuba City's defense can hold up here.
1:10 remaining.
Pointers will start this possession at their own 22.
Here in this first quarter, we're tied at 7. 1st and 10 for the Pointers at their own 22-yard line. Liam Carey working out of the pistol. Quick swing pass to the near side to Vamstead. He catches it. He's across the 25-30, and then he steps out of bounds near the 36-yard line. But that's more than enough for a first down, Scott, as he's going to pick up close to 15 on that catch and run. We'll call it a 14-yard gain.
23, Wyatt Yost. Number 8, Riley Shepard were.
Mineral Point's offense all of a sudden is rolling, especially with the passing game.
Last play is a Mineral Point first down.
They've had back-to-back big play passes, an 18-yard touchdown to Bossert a moment ago, and now a 14-yard gainer on a little flare pass out to the right. Carey again from the pistol. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ball on the near side. Hash hands it off to Yana, who spins out of the initial tackle and gets a couple yards. We'll see where they spot it. Just shy of the 40, looks like. So maybe the 39-yard line, but a gain of 3, almost 4.
I was going to say 4, but then I noticed they moved the ball back.
Gain of 3 on that run.
Yeah, it depends on which official you're watching.
Yep.
2nd down and 7 coming up for the Pointers here with 32 seconds left in the first quarter. Again, we're tied at 7. Ball on the near hash. 2 receivers to either side. Carry to pass. Throws over the middle. It is caught. Reeling it in is Brett Bossert as he catches it inside the 35.
First down.
And that is a big gainer for the Pointers as that takes them across midfield. Looks to be about a 25-yard pickup. First and 10 for the Pointers at the 35 of Cuba City with 20 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Pointers on the drive again, just outside the Bitech green zone. They'll have 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun here for Carey. Takes a snap. Option run play. Carey's going to keep it himself around the right side. Dives ahead And he stopped shy of the 30, maybe down to the 31. And that'll be the final play of the first quarter. The score after 1 quarter of play is 7-7, and we'll be back with the second quarter after this here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 3.
Show your school spirit with every swipe. People's State Bank offers debit cards featuring your local school's mascot. And now through September 30th, you can upgrade for 50% off. Even better, $5 from your card fee goes right back to your school. It's an easy way to support your team and look good doing it. Visit any People's State Bank location to upgrade your debit card today. Iowa sales tax may apply to fees and service charges. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Tricor Insurance works with leading insurance carriers like Auto Owners Insurance to provide honest and reliable service when you need it most.
For one, I want them to know that they're not alone. They know that no matter what happens when it comes up, that they can count on us to assist them through that process, whatever it may be.
Tricor and Auto Owners Insurance for your home, auto, and more. Visit TricorInsurance.com to find an agent near you.
In game 3.
Welcome back to Ron Murphy Field. Rob Spengler, Scott Tolzman on Super Hits 106 and our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Pointers as they have the ball at the 31 of Cuba City. An impressive drive going. Here comes a quick swing pass out of the backfield, caught by Bossert around the left side. Shakes a man. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown.
Carey's pass to number 6.
A 31-yard reception for a Northland Buildings touchdown for the Pointers, and they now lead 13-7, Scott. What an explosive drive, especially through the air.
Yeah, and the other receivers are getting their hands on the defenders. Is able to spring the receiver.
That's a 2nd touchdown of the game for Bossert. Extra point attempt is coming. Liam Carey to attempt.
Carey for the extra point.
The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good.
And good.
14-7, Mineral Point on top of Cuba City with 11:52 to play in the second quarter. And we'll keep it here. Thanks some of our fine sponsors tonight, but that was an impressive drive as Mineral Point has taken the lead. We want to thank our sponsors. They include Mountain City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountaincitybank.com. Community First Bank, first for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com. Member FDIC. Southwest Health in Platteville, they have over 24 specialty services, more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. And Lely Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Lely Center Monroe.
Well, let's see what happens with Cuba City, how they respond, if they're going to open it up or stick to the ground running.
Yeah, and so far the Cubans have had success running the football. Mineral Point's had most of their success passing the football. So almost a tale of two different game plan styles offensively, Scott.
Yes.
Number 1,
yeah, they defenses both look a little shaky, but Mineral Point's kind of settled down. We'll see what happens here.
Liam Carey to kick off. Back deep, Ethan Griffin for the Cubans, along with Briggs Rundy. Haven't had a deep kickoff yet. This one's going to angle out of bounds, and it'll go out near the 25. So a flag is thrown, which will move it up to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 there for Cuba City. And you may be wondering why they're kicking the ball out of bounds or kicking it short. The reason, I think, is probably because Coach Leonard watched the tape from last week, Scott, and saw the 91-yard kickoff return by Ethan Griffin.
Yes, he has returned the ball very well in those games that I've seen. That's why I'm surprised they don't make him re-kick it, move him back 5 yards. see what they can do. But
Cuba City instead will settle for good field position at their own 35 here. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. And it's pistol formation for the quarterback, Kieler. He'll throw it out of the backfield, and it's a quick catch out in the left flat for Cuba City, but not a whole lot of running room over there, as the receiver was Briggs Rundy, and he picks up maybe 2 yards on the reception. That's about it.
yeah, it looked like he was going to get more, but Mineral Point closed in real quick.
Pass complete off the left side.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 8 here for Cuba City.
Tackled by number 2.
Shepard split out wide right, 2 receivers wide left. It's Venata and Rundy. Again out of the gun here, it's Kieler. Quick pass, this to Venata. Venata has a head of steam, and he's got a 1st down and then some. Takes it across midfield and picks up close to 15 yards.
I'd call it 16.
16 on that little screen to Venata, and all of a sudden Cuba City's offense is moving through the air.
The 1st down for Cuba City.
That is a Big Iron Realty 1st down. Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down. 10:55 to play till halftime. 14-7. Mineral Point on top of Cuba City. Man in motion from right to left. Here comes a handoff to Ethan Griffin up the middle, and nowhere to go. He is stoned by number 55, Sawyer Dannenberg. What a great tackle by Dannenberg. And Ethan Griffin had nowhere to go. He loses a yard, 2nd and 11 coming up.
Yeah, I think 2 linemen missed their blocks, missed their assignments, because Mineral Point was in there pretty clean to stop that run.
14-7, Mineral Point on top, 10:17 to play here in the first half. Super Hits 106 and our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel bringing you Cuba City at Mineral Point tonight. We'll have a check of the shoebox scoreboard on our other Queen Bee Radio games in just a bit. Working out of the gun again, Kieler, 2nd and 11, looking to go long. He's firing it deep, and it's caught by Bush. And he is, or Rundy rather, and he is tackled near the goal line. What a catch and throw on the deep pass to Carter Rundy, who sets up a 1st and goal to go for the Cubans.
47 yards.
47-yard reception by Carter Rundy. What a catch and throw.
Yes, it was.
And that was a beautifully thrown ball by Kieler. He hit him right in between the numbers on that deep shot.
Kept them in stride.
Ball is down at the 2, and we have a timeout taken on the field by Cuba City. They must not have liked the alignment or something. So Coach Guy Kopp going to talk it over with his troops. While he does that, we'll thank some of our fine sponsors, including the fine folks at TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland, TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster, whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service, because at Les you always get more from Les. And Rosemeyer Wealth Management, they will design a plan specific to your retirement goals. The experts at Rosemeyer Management will answer all your questions, even if you don't know what questions to ask. Check out their website, rosemeyermg.com. Back to action here, 14-7, Mineral Point leading Cuba City. 1st and goal inside the Bitech green zone for the Cubans. Pistol formation, they're at the 2. Here comes a delayed handoff, Ethan Griffin running left. He's in. He squirts through behind left guard for a touchdown. And the Cubans are 1 point away from tying this game up. Ethan Griffin, a 2-yard touchdown run. That's a Northland Buildings touchdown. Of course, it was set up by that 47-yard completion down the far sideline to Carter Rundy. So extra point coming up here for Cuba City. Landon Bush, he's got that big leg. We'll see if he can kick it through. He does, and it's tied at 14. That is the Sportsman's Club, the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point, and we're tied at 14. We'll take another break, be back With more second quarter action next here on Super Hits 106.
In Game 4.
When you need additional time to recover and regain your strength following a hospital stay, Grant Regional Health Center's
comfy
Swing Bed
seats
program
bothering
can be
you?
the help
Well,
you
that
need.
screw
Our dedicated
right
team
there.
provides individualized skilled nursing care.
So you're getting screwed is
physical
what
and
you're telling me.
occupational therapy, in addition to support from
I
respiratory,
lean back and then
pharmacy,
it sticks me in.
nutrition,
It's
and
like,
social
ah.
services. Together, we can shorten the distance between healing and home. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Like any business, success in dairying is often determined by who you know rather than what you know. That's why it's good to know the pros at Fuller's, your Gia dealer. Fuller's is your source for the hygiene brand of products, as well as other dairy hygiene products.
Platteville
Make your
is
operation
losing.
more efficient and profitable, and get the most out
Dodgeville's
of your
losing.
dairy herd by
Brewers
partnering
are
with the experts at
0-0.
Fuller's Milker Center LLC.
Yeah,
your local
Potosi
Gia
Cassville's
dealer
up
in
7-0.
Lancaster,
Yep,
Richland
yep.
Center,
Potosi.
and Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com.
In Game 4.
Tie game here from Mineral Point, 14-14. Cuba City at Mineral Point. A Swall showdown on Super Hits 106 and your Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Here comes a squibber on the ensuing kickoff. This one is going to be fielded by number 21 of Mineral Point. That would be Elliot Kite, who takes it across the 35, actually maybe to the 36, where it's 1st and 10 there.
That was about a 7-yard kick return off the squib kick.
We do have some scoring updates on the shoebox scoreboard. Lancaster leading Platteville 18-7 with 10:55 to go till halftime there. And after one quarter, Potosi Cassville leads River Ridge 7-0. Those games on our sister stations on our Queen Bee family of stations.
And Brewers are 0-0 right now.
Mineral Point taking over at their own 36 here. Carey hands it off, and it's a run play to the right by number 9, Cole Pouts. And he takes it around the right end, picks up a couple yards, and it'll set up a second down and about 9.
On that run, 2nd and 9.
We'll call it a 1-yard gain. 9:09 to play here in this second quarter. You get the feeling this is a pivotal drive early in this game, Scott.
Yes. Got to see how you can answer back.
2 receivers to either side. Shotgun here for Carey. Winds back, throws deep downfield. It's incomplete. Griffin in coverage on the play. I know the receiver, Brett Bossert, wanted a flag. Might have been a little contact early, but no flag thrown. It's incomplete.
That'd be kind of hard to call.
It was tight coverage, but
yep.
Maybe a little jersey tug.
But either way, the ref's looking at it. The ball wasn't going to get caught, no matter how you look at it. And both were kind of fighting each other.
3rd and 9 coming up here for the Pointers after the incomplete. 8:48 to play in the second quarter. Carey working out of the pistol, and here comes a quick slant over the left side. It's incomplete, intended for Vomstead. Good coverage on the play by Carter Rundy, knocking it out of play, and it's now 4th down and 9 after back-to-back incomplete passes. So all of a sudden, Mineral Point feels like maybe has lost a little bit of momentum. They're going to be forced to punt it here. Back to receive, once again, Ethan Griffin for the Cubans. And here comes the punt, and it's a good one.
Nice punt.
Griffin's going to watch it go over his head. It'll roll inside the 10, inside the 5, but it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback, which a little bit too much on it that time by Dannenberg.
Yeah, it was a beautiful punt. Nice roll. Dangerous for Cuba City to let it go, but it just had enough momentum to get in, and the 2 outside men from Mineral Point.
8:35 left in this second quarter. Cuba City starting at their own 20 on this drive after a nice drive a moment ago to tie this game up. They went 5 plays, marched from their own 35-yard line. That's a 65-yard drive, and the big play, of course, that 47-yard pass to Carter Rundy. Working out of the pistol, it is once again Kieler. Hands it off to Griffin, running up the gut before he's finally tracked down on the play. But a gain of almost 5. We'll call it a 4-yard
Fair
pickup
carry up
on
the middle,
first down.
tackled by number 9, Cole Pouts.
Pouts brings him down, and Cuba City getting back to the ground game, Scott.
Yes, they are.
Gain of 4 on that run, 2nd and 6 now.
Work them, tire them out.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun here for Kieler. Griffin in the backfield to his right. 7:58 to play. Here comes a handoff to Griffin up the middle. Again, just kind of working his way through the line. And he's close to a first down, but still going to be about a yard and a half shy. So picks up close to 5 on that one. We'll call it 3rd and a yard and a half here coming up for the Cubans.
Right now, give it to the hot hand. He's getting yards, 3-4 yards a carry.
Yeah, and that offensive line has been, pretty effective so far tonight for the Cubans.
Yes, it has.
Split receivers. Again, pistol formation. Griffin behind Kieler. He gets the handoff. He's hitting the backfield, though, and taken down as shooting in is Jacob Dannenberg. And that's going to be a TFL, once again, a tackle for loss as they lose almost 3 yards on that play. And it'll set up 4th down, and Cuba is going to be forced to punt. So a well-timed run blitz by Dannenberg, and that will force the punt.
Bossert and Bomstead back.
And Bomstead and Bossert are the deep men. Meanwhile, Carter Rundy to punt it away for Cuba City here. Almost a block on that punt. Here comes the ball. It's across the 50. It rolls near the 45 before it bounces for Mineral Point. And it's going to be spotted near the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 there for the Pointers.
Yeah, Mineral Point came all after it right up the middle and just about got their hands on it.
Well, good time to throw in that punt block because, boy, if you do that, you might be recovering it in the end zone. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So smart coaching decision to go after it by Coach Leonard. 6:38 to play till halftime. Tie game, 14 apiece. 1st and 10, Mineral Point at their own 47. Carey rolls right, looking to throw. Downfield, but he overshoots the intended receiver who was open on the play, Elliott Kite.
We got a flag on the play, so we got a pink automotive penalty here.
This is going to be a hold on the Pointers.
Penalty in the backfield.
Actually, 2 flags down. And again, holding the indication, so that will move this one back for Mineral Point.
Like it was a hold against the
so make it 1st and 20 coming up now for Mineral Point with 6:32 to play in the first half. Two receivers left, 1 to the right. Pistol formation here for the quarterback. Carey, empty backfield now. Looks to pass, swings it out of the backfield to Bomstead. He has a head of steam. It's Bossert, actually, and he is eventually tackled across the 30 inside the 25 and brought down near the 23-yard line where it's a 1st and 10 for the Pointers.
Tackle by number 20.
And that is a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty 1st down for Mineral Point and a big gain on that little screen.
Nice little bubble screen. Let's see, 46 and 27. 34 yards.
And Mineral Point will take it. They are just outside the Bitech green zone down at the 23. 1st and 10. Carey's going to run it himself. A quarterback keeper before he's finally tracked down from behind by Andrews, but a nice pickup on the play of close to 6 yards on that scamper on the quarterback keeper.
On the right side, tackled by number 54, Braden Andrews.
5:47 to play till halftime. Again, tie game, 14 apiece, but Mineral Point now threatening inside the Bitech green zone. They have the ball down at the 17, 2nd and 4 coming up.
2nd and 4 from the Cuba City 17.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. And pistol formation for Carey. And he'll give it to Yana, who's running right, has a head of steam, has a first down, and he's knocked out of bounds just shy of the end zone, but that will set up a first and goal for the Pointers. So a big gainer on that run by Yana.
Goes out of bounds at about
14 yards.
3-yard line.
Sets them up.
Result of that play is a Mineral Point first down.
So another Sullivan Auctioneer Big Iron Realty first down. And this one puts the Pointers down at the 3-yard line. First and goal from the 3 for Mineral Point.
Goal from the 3.
3 receivers left, 1 right. Empty backfield. Liam Carey all alone in the gun. Takes a snap. It's a design run. He'll run, and he will score. Liam Carey runs in for a 3-yard touchdown. That's Carey's first score of the game. And the Pointers now have retaken the lead 20-14. It's a Northland Buildings touchdown. And now we have the Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point attempt for Carey to try and add an extra point on. Here comes the snap. The kick is on the way, and it is good. 21-14, Mineral Point leading with 5:11 to go in the first half. We'll be back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
Hello, Mitch here from Kieler Family Dental. There's never been a better time to explore what's possible for you and your family at our 3 state-of-the-art facilities. From routine dental care to same-day crowns to clear aligners, veneers, and implants, we cover a wide spectrum of dental services. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
50-50 raffle tickets, please.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersAndDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
In Game 5.
21-14, Mineral Point retaking the lead. We have a bit of a seesaw battle here in Mineral Point. Cuba City getting set to receive the ensuing kickoff as Liam Carey has teed up the ball. 5:11 to play in the first half. Back deep once again, it's Rundy and Griffin. This time they will kick it deep. Ethan Griffin fields it back at the 17-yard line. He's across the 20, 25, 30, and tackled across the 35 near the 40. Looks like they stop him about the 38 or 39-yard line, but again, pretty good starting field position for the Cubans with 5:05 to play till halftime.
33-yard return.
All right, and they're going to officially say the 39 where it's 1st and 10 for Cuba City. We'll see if the Cubans can answer back. It's been a seesaw battle so far. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Handoff to Griffin. Up the middle. Nowhere to go that time. The middle of the line just clogged up. A mass of humanity. They do get some forward yardage, though. Pick up yard close to 2, actually.
Gain of a couple.
So 2nd and 8 here for the Cubans, just across their own 40 at the 39. They'll have 2 receivers right, 1 receiver lined up left. Slot receiver is Venata. And to pass, it's Kieler rolling to the right, looks downfield. He'll throw. This is incomplete. Intended for Rundy, who was running across the formation. It looked like he was triple teamed, but nowhere to go with that one, so they almost looks like a throwaway by Kieler. 3rd down and 8. .425 left till halftime, 21-14, Mineral Point on top of Cuba City. Big 3rd down coming up. 2 receivers to either side here. Shotgun formation. Griffin to the left of Kieler. Kieler to throw. Has time. Throws to the near side. It is caught by Shepard right near the first down stick. It really depends on the spot. No, he's going to be short. Where they're spotting him, he's going to be short, Scott.
He looked like he was past it.
Short of the first down, so it'll be 4th down and about 2.
So the pass is complete, but not enough for a first down. It'll set up 4th down and looks like 2.
Boy, he was up for.
Ball is just shy of midfield. It's at the 47 of Cuba City. It looks like the Cubans may be going for it here, Scott.
Yep. If nothing else, try and draw them off sides.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun for Kieler. 4th down and 2. Oh, boy. The old hard count gets the defensive end on the right side, number 2, Cole Rip, to jump offside. A costly penalty for Mineral Point.
Yep. Gives Cuba another chance.
So a Pink's Automotive penalty, a penalty-aided first down for the Cubans. That is, of course, a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. The drive alive. Now it's across midfield at the 48 of Mineral Point. 21-14. Again, the Pointers up by a touchdown with 4:21 to play in the first half. Kieler, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Ball on the right hash. Kieler rolling left. He's pressured, gets away, somehow doesn't get sacked, but he better get rid of it or he will, and he does get sacked. Yana comes racing in and takes him down with a big loss of yardage, about 12 yards on that Sups.com sack. And I tell you, Kieler was pushing his luck that time, Scott. He got away from 2 defensemen initially and then rolled to the left, and that's when Yana came blitzing in and took him down.
Yep.
Loss of 11 on that play. It's 2nd and 21.
One of those where you, now high school, you can throw it away.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Kieler, quick swing pass near side to Rundy. Catch is made. He is across the 35, or 45 rather, across the 50 and knocked out of bounds in Mineral Point territory, back near the original line of scrimmage, probably a yard or 2 past that. So it'll set up a 3rd down and I'm going to say 8 or 9 here for the Pointers, or for the Cubans rather.
3rd down.
Yeah, actually they're going to spot it right where the original line of scrimmage was, so we'll call it a 12-yard pickup, and 3rd and 10 coming up here for Cuba City. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ball on the near side hash. Working out of the shotgun, it is Kieler. Takes a snap, rolling left. Pressure coming, it's a screen set up to Ethan Griffin. Has a blocker, he gets across the 40, 35-30, 25-20, cuts back, and then he's tackled inside the Bitech green zone by number 54, Jacob Dannenberg, but not after a huge gain on that screenplay. And that's one of those plays where you're trying to bait the defense to rush, and that's exactly what Mineral Point did, Scott.
Yep.
So a big gainer there. Sets up, again, 1st and 10 inside the Bitech green zone. Ball down at the 17 of Mineral Point.
32 yards.
32-yard pickup. Working out of the gun here, Kieler. Griffin to his left, hands it off to Griffin. He's running right, and he's slammed to the turf after minimal to no gain on that play. It's again Dannenberg in on the stop.
Griffin with the carry off the right side.
Actually,
brought down immediately by number 54, Jake Dannenberg.
Actually, I should say it's a double team of Dannenberg,
Sure.
Sawyer, and Jacob on the stop. Gain of maybe a yard, 2nd and 9 coming up. Clock continues to tick. 2:36 remaining in the first half. 2nd and 9 for the Cubans. Down at the 16. Here comes a quick pass outside. It is caught by Venata. Shakes a man. He's across the 10, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown. What a move in the open field by Trevor Venata.
Trevor Venata for a Cuba City touchdown.
Venata scores from 16 yards out, and that is a Northland Buildings touchdown. And Cuba City 1 point away from tying it up again. Wow, this has not been a boring game tonight,
No.
Scott.
No, it has not.
Bush to attempt the point after.
Here comes the point and flush gun dog extra point, and it is good by Bush. The score tied at 21 with 2:21 remaining until halftime. We'll keep it here. Thanks some of our sponsors, including Mark, Trish, and Casey Thompson at Thompson's IGA in Cuba City. They want to wish the Cuba City football team good luck. Check out their weekly ad at thompsonsiga.com. Thompson's IGA, Cuba City, hometown proud. Also, our sponsor, Ivy's Construction Incorporated, family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate excavation company serving southwest Wisconsin. That's Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. And Cuba City Collision and Repair, see them. They are a recommended location by a long list of satisfied customers. See Joel Groom, Brian Cohn, and the crew at Cuba City Collision and Repair. Coming up, we have our McNett Electric halftime report. And, of course, on the halftime show, Scott will have the Millie's Diner halftime fix. At this point, both teams maybe need some fixes because we've had a lot of points, 21-21.
Yes, we have.
Here in this first half. But a very exciting first half of football so far.
Yes, it has. I mean, it's been
and a beautiful night.
Good, clean ball. You know, teams are playing hard.
For the Pointers, Bush set to kick off for the Cubans.
So here comes Landon Bush to kick off once again for Cuba City. Vamstead and Bossert are back deep for the Pointers. 2:21 left in the half. Bush boots it away, and Vamstead going to come underneath it at the 15. He fakes a reverse, and he's going to run across the field and not get much out of it. Great pursuit by Cuba City, staying in their lanes. It looks like Landon Leffelholtz with the stop on the play.
Yeah.
As Vamstead is going to be tackled inside the 20. In fact, where do they spot the ball?
Looks like about the 17.
Yeah, looks like 17-yard line or so. 1st and 10 there for the Pointers.
Yeah, he ran more east-west yardage than he did north-south.
Well, they tried to get Cuba City to bite on the fake reverse, but Cubans did not bite. So, Mineral Point gets the ball back. Here we go. Liam Carey out of the pistol. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Takes a snap, throws. A slant is right through the hands of Amstead. Boy, that was an accurate throw by Liam Carey. He hit his man right in the numbers, but could not reel it in. So, incomplete pass.
Put a little speed on it. Maybe lighten up on it just a little bit. Probably wouldn't able to hang on to it.
2nd and 10 coming up here for the Pointers. 2:09 to play in the first half. Hit up the Mineral Point concession stand tonight. Cheeseburger, top notch. 2nd down and 10 here for Carey, again out of the pistol. Here comes a delayed handoff, and not a whole lot of running room that time for the ball carrier, which was Yana, and maybe a yard.
We have a penalty against Mineral Point, the illegal motion.
So an illegal shift against the Pointers here will move it back, or they could decline it, but I think you're going to take the penalty yardage if you're Guy Kopp, right?
Yep.
So they will. That'll move the ball inside the 15, back near about the 12 or 13-yard line.
Your play selection gets smaller as they're getting backed up into their own, inside their own almost the 10-yard line.
2nd down and 15 coming up for the Pointers here. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Here comes a delayed handoff to Yana, who runs around the right end this time. He gets out to the 20 before he's finally tracked down by Carson Collins. And a pickup on the play.
The carry off the right side.
A decent gain.
Tackle by number
7,
6,
almost
8 yards.
8 yards, yeah.
And I think the Cuba City called timeout, I think
they did, yeah.
So they're down to 1 timeout. Mineral Point still has all 3.
Minute 37, that's the time remaining here in the half. Tie game, 21-21. I think, if you're Mineral Point here, Scott, The one thing you don't want to do is make a critical mistake on this end of the field with a tie score, right?
No, you want to keep, that's why I said your play calling gets smaller because you don't want to take the chances like you would if you're inside the 40s. But you don't want to make up a fumble or interception in this end of the field.
Conversely, if you're Cuba City and you force a 4th down in a punting situation, Scott, is this where you go for, again, a blocked punt, kind of like Mineral Point went for?
In this situation, I would say yes, I would.
So Mineral Point certainly has to be aware of that as well. Minute 37 left in the half. Again, tie game, 21-21. A key 3rd down coming up, 3rd and 7 here for the Pointers. Looks like a different running back. Cole Pouts is in the backfield and the pistol behind Carey. He'll give it to Pouts. He has a hole, and he fumbled it. Mineral Point, though, looks to have recovered. Yes, they did. Dannenberg actually fell on it.
Yeah, and looks like out of it, they're still going to get the first down.
Are they? Because
it's going to be close.
If they got the first, then obviously you're not going to punt, but boy, backed up this far inside your own 30, if you don't have the first, it would be a real gamble to go for it. Looks like they're going to bring the chains onto the field and measure. So hold tight. We'll find out if they indeed got the first down. And it looks like they haven't stretched out. Yes, they do. They got it.
Result of that run and recovery is a Mineral Point first down.
So a key conversion, a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Mineral Point still backed up inside their own 30 at the 27 now, 1st and 10, minute 27 to play in the half. Carey looks to throw to the right. It's through the hands of the intended receiver, number 21, Elliott Kite, and almost intercepted. In fact, that bounced off the chest of Wyatt Yost, the defensive back, in coverage on that play, Scott.
Yes, he wasn't ready for it. It hit him before his hands even went out to try and grab it.
So an incomplete pass, and that sets up 2nd and 10. Three receivers left. Again, one to the right. Pistol for Carey. He will keep it himself, looks to pitch it, and he gets it to the running back, who ends up getting enough for a first down. It's Pouts.
Goes for about 11 yards and a Mineral Point.
And it moves the sticks again. That's a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down, just shy of the 40 now. It's at the 38-yard line. Carey to throw, another slant. This one's low, instead for Vamstead. So it's 2nd and 10 again after the incompletion.
Carey's pass intended for
again, Mineral Point still has all their timeouts left.
Minute 10 left. Carey getting the play call from the near sideline, brings it into the huddle. Game brought to you by People's State Bank. For personal, home, business, ag loans, visit one of their convenient area locations or peoplesfinancial.com, member FDIC. Three receivers left, one right. Again, pistol here for Carey. Takes a snap. Quick swing pass to Bossert here in the flat. He makes the catch, and he's across the 40, up near the 45-yard line before he steps out. We'll say he's out at the 44, which should set up a 3rd and 5 coming up.
He was pushed out of bounds by number
0. A minute 5 left here in this first half, and Mineral Point still keeping this drive alive, Scott.
Yes, they are.
They, the way they're passing the ball, you got to say they have enough time on the clock to get another score in before halftime.
Yeah, they haven't had to use their timeouts yet, so they got plenty of time on the clock here.
4 receivers, 2 to either side, Carey to pass. And he is pressured in the pocket, steps up, hit from behind, and fumbles it. And Cuba City, I believe, has recovered. Yes, Bradley Rowe jumps on the loose ball, and that is our first turnover of the game. It is a turnover brought to you by Lancaster Dental Fenimore Smiles. And, boy, that is a huge turnover right there. And just like that, that's what you would call a sudden change turnover, Scott, as Cuba City is now in plus territory with the ball.
Yes, the unfortunate is they're under a minute and they only have one timeout. So they got to have everything on the outside.
Cuba City will take over at the 46 of Mineral Point. 57 seconds left in the half. And back to pass, it's Kieler. Has time. He'll step up. Oh! Looks to me like a face mask. And, yes, we have a flag that comes in from the near side. And that is indeed what the penalty is going to be.
There is likely a face mask.
That's a 15-yarder.
Yeah. Yeah, he got all of it. And that will move the sticks for Cuba City. So a costly Pink's Automotive penalty to start this drive if you're Mineral Point.
Definitely wasn't sure if the umpire was going to throw his flag or not.
Well, he wasn't, but the near side judge, he saw it. And pretty obvious from our vantage point and from his as well.
Yep.
52 seconds remain on the clock till halftime. That'll move it all the way down just outside the 30 at the 31. So shotgun formation here for Cuba. 4 receivers, 2 to either side.
First and 10 from the
Hudson Kieler takes a snap. Looking to the right, throws right. It is caught by Shepard. No, he dropped it. It was in and out of his hands. Probably should have been caught, but it lands incomplete.
Second and 10 from the 35 of the Pointers.
That was a well-thrown ball by Hudson Kieler.
Yes, it was, and it, like you said, it should have been caught right in the hands.
Shepard subbing out for the moment. Subbing in for him is Carson Collins, a junior. 39 seconds left till halftime. We're tied at 21. Cuba City just outside the Bitech green zone at the 31 of Mineral Point. 2 receivers to either side. Shotgun for Kieler. Looking left. He's going to roll to the left. Still looking. Throws downfield. It is incomplete. But we have a flag behind the play here. And
pass
looks to me like maybe in the area of holding. We'll see.
In the backfield.
Yeah.
Pretty good coverage in the secondary, too, downfield. And it is a hold on Cuba City. So if they decline it, it'll be 3rd and 10, but I would assume they'll take the penalty. Coach Leonard hasn't signified yet, and now
well, they're going to have a repeat.
They will take it, yes, which is not surprising.
Well,
it'll move it back outside the 40 now at the 41.
It would have made it 3rd and 10.
So 2nd and 20 now for Cuba City. Kieler to pass, throws right. Near the sideline, it's caught, I believe, by Shepard, yes. And he's down near the 35, so we're going to pick up close to 5, almost 6 yards on that reception. 26 seconds left until halftime. And Cuba City facing a 3rd down and close to 15. More like 14 and a half, but close enough to 15. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Back to pass, Kieler. Has time in the pocket, throws over the middle. It is caught by Rundy. He is in the secondary, tackled inside the 5-yard line, near the goal line. Actually, no, I'm sorry, near the 5-yard line, but that will set up a 1st and goal for Cuba City with 16 seconds left until halftime. So that was a big catch by Carter Rundy and sets up Cuba City in good field position here, and they have to burn their final timeout of the half, Scott.
Yes. But 16 seconds, 1st down. They got enough time for at least three quick plays.
Looks like close to 36 yards on that reception. Carter Rundy. He's had a couple big catches tonight. Had a 47-yarder as well for a not a touchdown, but got them one of their touchdowns. Cuba City now knocking on the door once again right before halftime. Tie score here, 21-21. It has been a thriller so far tonight from Mineral Point.
Yeah, you can't take a sack. You can't take a tackle inside the field. Everything's got to be outside. If nothing else, at least set yourself up for a field goal try.
Kieler takes the snap. He rolls left, throws. Catch is made. Vanata, touchdown. 6-yard touchdown strike to Trevor Vanata. And that is a Northland Buildings touchdown for Cuba City, and they have retaken the lead 27-21.
See, the old coach and me would have declined that penalty and only gave him 2 more chances. That really sets them up
Landon Bush to kick the extra point here for the Cubans, the Sportsman's Point and Flush Sportsman's Club extra point, and it is good. And our score is 28-21. Cuba City leads with 11 seconds remaining until halftime. See if we can check the shoebox scoreboard here. We have, let's see, New Glarus is, Lancaster leading 24-20 over Platteville at halftime, so that's a good game down there in Platteville. River Ridge leading Potosi-Cassville, 8-7. That one at half. So those are a couple scores that we have on the shoebox scoreboard.
Last I looked, the Brewers were ahead 4-0. And Dodgeville is losing to Broadhead Judah 20-13 at halftime.
All right. Thanks to the Shoebox in Black Earth, largest independent shoe store in the Midwest, our scoreboard sponsor. 11 seconds remaining again till halftime. Here comes the kickoff. Vomstead back deep along with Bossert. And this one will bounce. Vomstead will pick it up at the 10. He's up to the 20. Still on his feet across the 30 and then tracked down near the 34-yard line, maybe the 33, where it's 1st and 10 for Mineral Point with 5 seconds left in the half.
27-yard return.
And if you're Mineral Point, maybe just take a knee here.
Take a knee.
It looks like that's what they're going to do. So we'll head into halftime with the score 28-21. Cuba City leading Mineral Point by a touchdown. And our McNett Electric halftime report coming up after this here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Halftime, 3 minutes.
Show your school spirit with every swipe. People's State Bank offers debit cards featuring your local school's mascot. And now through September 30th, you can upgrade for 50% off. Even better, $5 from your card fee goes right back to your school. It's an easy way to support your team and look good doing it. Visit any People's State Bank location to upgrade your debit card today. Iowa sales tax may apply to fees and service charges. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, good job up there, guys.
Affordable health care right
Sounding
here in
good.
Dubuque at Crescent Community Health Center. Crescent offers affordable, high-quality health care to everyone with insurance assistance available. Whether you need medical, dental, brain health, or general wellness, Crescent provides the expertise you expect and deserve. Learn more of the variety of services available by visiting crescentchc.org.
Oh, Galena.
Crescent Community Health Center on the corner of 17th and Elm Street in Dubuque.
Oh, Southwestern East Dubuque.
Board the bus with Midwest Bus Trips for a stress-free day at the 52nd Annual Warren's Cranberry Festival in Warren's, Wisconsin, Saturday, September 27th. The Warren's Cranberry Festival is considered the world's largest cranberry festival and offers a variety of activities, including shopping, food, and entertainment. Enjoy deluxe motor coach transportation to and from the festival with pickup and drop-off in Dubuque and Walmart in Platteville. Board the bus. Reserve your seat for Warren's Cranberry Festival today at MidwestBusTrips.com.
Are your kids already complaining that they're bored after school? Send them to Bell Tower Theater. Your kids will make friends, gain confidence, and learn something new with our Kids Take the Stage fall classes. For kids in kindergarten through 8th grade, this 6-week session of classes starts October 6th. Registration deadline is September 29th, and spaces are limited. Financial assistance is available. Call the Bell Tower Theater at 563-588-3377 or visit belltowertheater.net.
I'm here today with Nick Heston from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Nick, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there is no need for plug-in charging.
That's awesome. But what about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there's a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and take a test drive today.
Halftime, 3 minutes.
Live from Ron Murphy Field in Mineral Point. Mineral Point Pointers hosting Cuba City in SWAL Conference football tonight here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And we've had a thrilling first half, a high-scoring first half, 28-21, visiting Cuba City, leading at halftime. The Cubans punch in touchdown after a fumble recovery. They take over at their opponent's 46 and then punch it in with a 6-yard touchdown pass to Trevor Vanetta and take a 28-21 halftime lead. Our halftime report is brought to you by McNett Electric. For all your electrical needs, call McNett Electric of Belmont. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control has over 40 years of professional friendly service. Pink's Automotive, they're our penalty sponsor in Lancaster and also Goodney's Garage in Platteville. They have certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. Sups.com. Fuel your fitness journey with a wide selection of products from a locally owned company. Visit their Fenimore, Dubuque, and Platteville locations at sups.com. And Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles. Get the smile you want and the health you deserve. Learn more at lankdent.com. Easy for me to say. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. Bouse Electric, you can call Brad Adrian, Josh Busher at Bouse Electric of Lancaster and Fenimore, and WCC Brands, custom apparel in Kieler, and at WCC-brands.com. We'll take another timeout, be back with our halftime stats. Also look at the Shoebox scoreboard and our Millie's halftime fix, all coming up after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
Packers fans, your next quick trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruising into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST. Or blazing the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570. Or grilling like an MVP with your new Pit Boss Ultimate Liftoff Griddle. Whoa, every dollar you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards earns you a point in the Packers fan zone. So come in and get winning. No purchase necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
Buying a mattress can seem overwhelming. How soft should you go, or how firm?
How much support do you need? All great questions and all tough to figure out without the right guidance. Hi, I'm Jeremy Culbertson, and I've been building and selling mattresses with Dubuque Mattress for over 10 years, and with our guidance, we take all the stress out of mattress shopping. We guarantee you will love your Dubuque mattress, or we'll change it for you until you do.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 6.
Welcome back to Ron Murphy Field. I'm Rob Spangler, joined by Scott Tolzman. Halftime score is 28-21. Mineral Point trailing, visiting Cuba City at halftime. Our halftime show is brought to you by our friends at McNett Electric. I want to thank these sponsors too, including Millie's Diner. We'll get to the Millie's Halftime Fix, where everything is homemade, open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Check out their menu and daily specials on Facebook. Sloan Implement, they're your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full-service repair on cars and light trucks, too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware do it best in Fenimore. And Carver's Hardwood Flooring for hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs. Call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Certified Association installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Also, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club. Their guided upland bird and waterfowl hunts with friends and family will create memories that'll last forever. Make your best shot with Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi. Here at halftime, the young dancers are out on the field doing a great job. Man, a lot of talent out there tonight, Scott.
Yes, there is.
Well, let's take a look at those halftime stats. 28-21, a high-flying affair here tonight with Cuba City up by a touchdown, but I would guess the stats are probably pretty close team-wise.
Rounding out this evening's
Somewhat.
will be the senior
For Cuba
team
City,
dancing
these are
to
team stats, not
Yellow
individual. They had 18 rushes for 83 yards. Passing, 12 complete, 14 attempts, no interceptions for 168 yards. 8 first downs, 1 penalty for 15, and the key here, no turnovers.
Yeah.
For Mineral Point, 14 rushes, 57 yards, passing, 3 complete, 7 attempts, no interceptions, 116 yards, 6 first downs, and the last 2 are telling a little bit. 6 penalties for 45 yards and 1 turnover.
Yeah, the turnover. I mean, I know it's early. We always talk about the tri-core turning point at the end of the game, but, you know, it seems too early to say that's a turning point now, but it very well could be, couldn't it, Scott?
Yes, it could, because that's where I put my turning point, because that fumble set Cuba City up in a great field position, and then they had him, Mineral Point had him 3rd down and 10 yards to go, and there was a penalty, and Mineral Point decided to take it instead of setting it up where it would have been 3rd down and 10. It gave them 2nd and 20. So you actually had 3 more downs to play with because of the way the time was on the clock, and Cuba City ended up scoring on it.
Yeah, no question. We'll take a look at the Millie's halftime fix coming up, but we're going to take another break. Our score at halftime, 28-21, Cuba City leading Mineral Point in high school boys football. Back after this on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
This update is sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. During every Brewers home game at American Family Field throughout the 2025 season, fans will have the chance to win a 2025 Land Cruiser, courtesy of your Wisconsin Toyota dealers. Visit brewers.com/Toyota to enter. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Mountaintop Stoneworks opened their doors to the tri-state area over 28 years ago as the first granite countertop company. With hard work and the support of great customers, they have become the area's leading choice for stone and granite countertops. Superb craftsmanship, attention to detail, a friendly sales staff, and a beautiful showroom with over 60 varieties of stone make the shopping experience a fun process. Whether your project is big or small, they do them all. Mountaintop Stoneworks, years of experience doing one thing well. 400 Harrison in Dubuque. In Game 7.
I'm Rob Spangler, joined by Scott Tolzman in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth tonight here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The broadcast booth tonight in the stands, Scott, and it's a beautiful night to be out in the stands.
Yes, it is. I am not complaining because I've been outside all day working, and this does feel great.
It does feel good. We have become bleacher creatures, Scott.
Yep.
Well, time to take a look at our Millie's Diner halftime fix. And the Millie's Diner halftime fix, again, brought to you by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville. Stop in and see what they're fixing for you. Scott, let's start with Mineral Point, who finds themselves down a touchdown at halftime. What do they need to fix?
Well, I think they some of the penalties came at costly times for them. I mean, several of those penalties were kicking out of bounds. But it's a situation where they need to fix. They need to control the ball a little bit better and control the clock. Defense-wise, I think they're playing good. It just at spurts they get caught themselves over pursuing, which allow the Cuba City's receivers to get away from them. So they need to tighten that up a little bit. But I think other than that, they're playing good.
Yeah, and now for Cuba City, certainly they have the lead, but it doesn't feel like a touchdown lead is going to be real safe in this one, Scott. So what would you say Cuba City needs to fix?
Cuba City's got to stay away from any turnovers, not give up the big plays. There were a couple where they gave up to Mineral Point. The other thing is sure tackling, and that has hurt them a few times. On offense-wise, I guess they're running the ball well, but they're also passing it. So I would try to go more 60-40, run 60% and pass 40%, open it up a little bit more.
All right, that is the Millie's Diner halftime fix. Again, Cuba City on top of Mineral Point at the half, 28-21. And we'll be back to wrap up our halftime report brought to you by McNett Electric right after this on Super Hits 106.
In Game 8.
Looking to refresh your home with a pop of color? Hermson's Ace Hardware has got you covered. Discover the stunning Magnolia Home Collection by Joanna Gaines, along with trusted lines like Clark & Kensington, Benjamin Moore, and Royal Paints. Whether you're tackling a weekend project or a full home makeover, we have the perfect paint for you, including state-of-the-art color matching. So if it's a fresh coat of what you've loved for years or a new look for your home, visit Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Did you know your sandwich could help your school? With Loaves for Learning, every UPC from Country Health and Village Health products is worth 5 cents for your school. Collect UPCs
I think it is.
in your school.
I phase that stuff out nowadays.
Just by eating what your family already loves. Sandwiches made on Country Hearth and Village Hearth breads. Fuel for your kids and their school. That's lunch money magic. Visit loavesforlearning.com for more info.
In Game 8.
The Mineral Point High School Marching Band sounding fantastic on a beautiful Friday Night Lights edition here on Super Hits 106. Rob Spangler, Scott Tolzman from Ron Murphy Field in Mineral Point. The score at the half, 28-21. The Cuba City Cubans lead the Mineral Point Pointers at halftime. Let's see if we have any other updated scores on the shoebox scoreboard. Looks like River Ridge leading Potosi Cassville. That is a thriller tonight. That one's over on Extreme 107.1. 8-7 is the halftime score. Boy, that is is the term slobber knocker? Does that ring a bell?
Good defensive battle, way it looks.
Yeah.
Or sounds.
Absolutely. Now Lancaster, they're leading Platteville, but that's a tight one too. 24-20 at halftime.
Yeah.
Now, you've seen both of those teams, haven't you?
I haven't seen Platteville yet.
Okay, all right.
But I have seen Lancaster, and I saw them where they won all their games, and they looked good. Now, last week I went up north for a class reunion, so I actually listened to them, and they were back to their old ways of committing way too many penalties, and that hurt them. That's kind of cost them the game. So with Platteville, I've heard that they have a very good offense, but sometimes the defense is very susceptible. So
right. Yeah, it does seem like they're that kind of team that puts up a lot of points, but unfortunately doesn't stop the other team from putting up a lot of points.
Yep.
So, but we'll see. That one shaping up to be a high scoring. This one already high scoring, 28-21
yes,
at halftime.
Yes, it is. And the Brewers are up right now 5-0.
All right. Yeah, trying to snap. Well, the first time they've been swept since when?
Yeah.
When was the last time? Seriously.
I don't know.
I mean, was it before July? Probably.
No, I think they got.
Or did they get swept?
Padres. Not the Padres, but.
Marlins, maybe?
That might have been. I can't remember now. But
it is. It's hard to remember.
It was. For me, it was frustrating where they went down to Texas and lost all three.
Yes.
And
they're only one win away from 90 wins. Obviously, though, you want to win as many as you can, get that number one overall, seed going into the postseason, which they still have at this point. But you don't want to lose that.
No, and that's the thing. Those three losses, Philadelphia won their game, so they really cut into that lead. I think they're only up by 3 games now. But.
Yeah, and the Cubs aren't, as much as I hate to say it, they're not going away per se.
No, they're not. And no matter how you look at it, the Brewers are in the playoffs.
Right.
But you're right. That number one seed.
But having the home field, having the number one seed, boy, it just makes it a lot easier road, doesn't it?
It does, definitely. And plus, it gives them.
And you can avoid that wild card game, too.
That's what I was saying, is to give them a little bit more rest.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, hopefully they can hang out and get the dub tonight. And then, is it 2 more games against the Cards this weekend? Or is it 3 more?
2 more, I think.
2 more, okay.
Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, don't worry. My days now that I'm semi-retired, I get mixed up, too, when I work bailiffing at Darlington.
Now, speaking of you being retired, we do have to mention something while we wrap up our halftime report, and that is that you are heading into a Hall of Fame, another Hall of Fame, and that would be the Belmont High School Athletic Hall of Fame, as, of course, a former head coach for the football team that made it all the way to state, and then obviously a wrestling team for a long time.
Yeah, it's a great...
And you had a lot of individual wrestlers, of course, go to state and even win championships, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
No, I'm thankful for them, and it's a great recognition given to me by them, and
very deserving.
In those 17 years there as football, wrestling, track.
And that happens tomorrow. Is that right?
The parade's tomorrow, being the parade, but we don't get. We do it in January.
All right. Well, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
28-21, our halftime score. That'll wrap it up for the McNett Electric halftime report. And here comes the kickoff to start the third quarter. And Bossert fakes a reverse. He'll take it around the right side on the kickoff, and he's ripped to the ground by Landon Leffelholtz as he crosses the 20 up near the 25-yard line. We'll say he's stopped at about the 23. 1st and 10 there for the Pointers.
13-yard return.
And the third quarter is officially underway. 11:53 to play.
And we'll see what they did during their halftime talk.
Yeah, Mineral Point only down a touchdown, so certainly in this game. And this is a important drive to start the second half. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Pistol for Carey. He's going to keep it himself, run around the right side before he's stacked up and driven backwards Let's see.
Carey with the keeper off to the right side.
Trying to see who
by number 14,
shot in there. Briggs Rundy making the stop. They're going to lose a yard on that one. The run to Liam Carey.
Loss of 1 on that run.
2nd and 11 coming up. 11:30 remaining in this third quarter.
22-yard line.
Carey getting the play call from the near sideline. Back to the huddle. Once again, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Ball on the left hash, the far side hash. Pistol formation for Carey. Takes a snap, looking to the left, throws. It's caught by Bossert, shakes a man at the 25, and he's hauled down near the, actually right at the 25, maybe the 24. So ends up being not a whole lot of yardage, maybe a yard or 2, and that's about it. Leffelholtz in coverage makes a stop. So 3rd down and 9 coming up.
There's that throw out pass. Those will work for him if Carey can get that ball up a little bit higher and a little bit slower to give him a chance to catch it on the run.
So Mineral Point has it at their 24, facing 3rd down and 9 here. Ball is now on the near side hash. 10-14 to play here in this third quarter. 2 receivers to either side. Pistol or shotgun formation rather for Carey. He'll roll out right, looks downfield, has a man, but it's incomplete. Overshoots Bossert. Ethan Griffin in coverage on the play, and it's an incomplete pass. That's up 4th and 9. So a punting situation here for Mineral Point. 3 and out on their first possession of the second half, and Cuba City will get it right back. And Ethan Griffin, always dangerous, Scott. He'll be lurking, trying to return this one.
Yes.
He's lined up back at the 45. High snap by Dannenberg. He gets it off. And this one will roll out of bounds near the 35-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Cuba City.
Nice punt.
Actually, it looks like they're going to put it down at the 33.
Yep.
And out of bounds at the Cuba City 33-yard line.
The way he jogged down, I wasn't sure if he's seen the spot, but he pretty close.
9:53 to go in the third quarter. Cubans take over at their own 33-yard line. And we'll see if they can kind of carry that momentum that they had from the end of the first half here into this second half, as they have a touchdown lead, 28-21. And now they're moving the ball. Well, what are they doing?
No, I think they were just discussing.
Oh, there's a penalty on Mineral Point.
Personal foul.
So I did not see that one
No,
again.
I didn't see it either.
Boy, we got to pay attention, Scott. We've been missing some penalties here. It's a Pink's Automotive penalty. That'll move it up to the 45-yard line, so just shy of midfield for Cuba City.
That's
penalty indicated against the Pointers.
A costly penalty.
Yeah, very costly.
Great field position.
Well, we'll see official timeout on the field here. And they have to mark off a couple more yards. Yeah, because, again, if it was a 15-yarder, they had marked it off as about a 12-yarder.
Yep.
So now they have it properly marked. So nonetheless, it'll be now up at the 47. Man in motion is Venata. Here comes a handoff to Griffin. Up the gut on the right side. Gets across the 50 and maybe picks up 2 or 3 at most. But good start to the drive for Cuba City. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Cubans. Ball just across midfield now into Mineral Point territory. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Working out of the shotgun, Kieler. And it's a quick swing pass outside. It's caught, but what a great open field tackle out there.
Yes.
by number 18. Coming in like a laser was Hudson Schroeder.
Keeler's pass complete to Venata.
It was Venata who gets no gain on the reception. And Schrader just came in flying in like a missile. 3rd down and 8 coming up now for Cuba City. Yeah, make it 3rd and 7. Split receivers, again, pistol formation here for Kieler. He rolls to the right, looking downfield, throws over the middle. It's caught by Briggs Rundy. Rundy cradles it, drops to the ground, and gets enough for the first down, Scott.
Yes.
That's a key first down conversion.
He sat right down on the line to make, and he didn't come up to the ball. He just sat and waited for it.
Yeah, as they say, he found the hole in the coverage and then just cradled himself around it for the first down. That is a first down, a Big Iron Realty first down. 1st and 10, Cuba City down at the 42. Kieler to throw deep down the left sideline. It's Carter Grundy with a catch. And he's got a 1st and goal down at the 5. What a throw by Hudson Kieler. What was more impressive, the throw or the catch?
Oh, that was a good catch.
Looks like a 35-yarder, and that'll set up 1st and goal again down at the 5. Yeah, they'll actually mark it at the 6. So it's inside the Bitech green zone, and now Cuba City threatening to go up 2 touchdowns here early in the second half. 7:52 to play in the 3rd quarter. Split receivers. Pistol formation for Kieler. Hands it off to Ethan Griffin running behind the right guard. Spins out of the first tackle. Dives ahead and gets down to maybe the 2. Good hard run by Ethan Griffin.
Hit initially by number 54, Jake Dannenberg.
Picked up, what, 3?
3?
No.
Almost 4.
4.
Yeah, close to it.
4.
And we'll call it 2nd and goal from the 2.
Well,
Cuba City threatening to add another touchdown and go up by 2 scores here. Pivotal possession for the Cubans here in this 3rd quarter. Split receivers, man in motion is Carter Rundy. Hands it off to Griffin, running left, dives. He is shy of the end zone, though, as he's tackled down around the 1. So gains about a yard on that one, and it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1 for Cuba City.
2 down territory.
Sawyer Dannenberg.
Yeah.
And number 1, Liam.
Yeah, this is where you pack it in and you try to punch it in. And, of course, if you're the, Philadelphia Eagles, you do the tush push, right, Scott?
Yep, tush pushy.
Well, we'll see what Cuba City can do here. 6:34 to play in this 3rd quarter. 3rd and goal from the 1. Working out of the shotgun, it is Hudson Kieler, and wide open. The C's parted around the left end for Ethan Griffin. He walks into the end zone for a 1-yard touchdown. That is a Northland Buildings touchdown for Ethan Griffin. And Cuba City, just like that, has gone up 2 scores, 34-21, with the Point and Flesh Sportsman's Club extra point forthcoming from Landon Bush. Teasdale to hold. The kick is on the way, and it is good. And just like that, Cuba City leads it 35-21 over Mineral Point. We'll be back with more of the 3rd quarter next on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 9.
Hi, this is Will Dunson with Dubuque Mattress. Why is a Dubuque Mattress customer a customer for life? It's simple. At Dubuque Mattress, the customer is number 1. Period. The customer's happiness is the most important thing. If there is anything I can do to help you sleep better, I will. Whether it's while you're looking at a new mattress, 6 months later, or 10 years after you've purchased from us.
Wiggly, the butchers cut and hand trim all their meat daily and specially grind all hamburger twice daily so it's always fresh. Check out shopthepig.com for weekly specials and select Galena, Illinois. Tammy's Piggly Wiggly in Galena.
Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig.
In Game 9.
Landon Bush kicking off to begin play. The ensuing kickoff fielded by Schrader. He's running around the right side across the 30 up near the 35 and maybe the 36 where it's 1st and 10 for Mineral Point. Well, Mineral Point needs to answer back on this possession, don't they, Scott?
Yes, they do. They can't go 3 and out here.
No, they've fallen behind 2 scores. This is a pivotal drive for the Pointers. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Ball on the far side hash mark. And Carey working out of the pistol. And he will keep it himself. He's going to run and gets out of the first tackle, but then he's eventually thrown down from behind by Carson Collins.
By number 6, Carson Collins.
And picks up a couple yards on that, make it 2nd and 8. Under 6 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Again, 35-21, Mineral Point on top, or Cuba City on top, rather. Mineral Point football. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Again, 3 receivers left and 1 to the right. Same formation here for the Pointers with the pistol. Actually, it's shotgun now, as running back Yana is to the right. Takes the snap. Carey's going to run a direct snap, and he'll run, and he's whipped down hard by Bradley Rowe, but a nice gain on the play as he's a couple yards shy of the first. It'll set up a 3rd and 2, a gain of close to 6. Yeah, Bradley Rowe, big physical
on that run. It's 3rd and 1 now.
Defensive end, linebacker for Cuba City. Ripped him down.
Well, big defensive play here. Stop for Cuba City if they can do it.
3rd down, about 1.5 yards for Mineral Point. Have it just right at their own 45. And Carey's going to keep it. It's a quarterback run to the right, and he's got the 1st down.
I don't know. They're marking him short.
Carey with a run up the middle for a Mineral Point 1st down.
Well, they are going to rule 1st down, so Carey scampers ahead for the 1st down conversion. That's a big one as the Pointers keep the drive alive now at their own 46, make it to 47. Clock continues to tick, just over 4 minutes left here in this 3rd quarter. Carey in the pistol, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Takes a snap and hands it off. Running is Pouse, and he will get a 1st down run on that carry. It's a Big Iron Realty. Sullivan Auctioneer 1st down. Pouse busts it for about 12. Nice run. Welp with the stop for Cuba City.
Result of that run is a Mineral Point 1st down.
That's what Mineral Point needs. They need to keep moving the chains, but ultimately they need points at the end of this. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Pistol for Carey. And takes a snap. And Carey going to run around left side, nowhere to go. Good contained by Frankie Welp around the right end. And looks like a loss of at least 1 yard, if not more, on that quarterback option run.
Yeah, the end stayed home. He didn't chase, did what he was supposed to do, and forced
we'll say
Carey
loss.
back in.
We'll say loss of 1. 2nd and 11 coming up for the Pointers.
11 from the Cuba City 44.
3:14 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Ball down at the 44 of Cuba City. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Ball here on the near side hash for Carey. Carey, quick throw, a little RPO throw to the right to Vomstead. And it is another 1st down.
Completion to number 17, Torrin Vomstead.
Looks like we have an injured Cuban on the ground right now, and I think that might be Ethan Griffin. Oh, they're working on his. I think he has a cramp.
Looks like a cramp. Yep.
Yeah, which is good news for Cuba City because for a second there, I thought it might be something worse, but no, it just looks like they're working on a cramp. Ethan Griffin, certainly one of their key players for the Cubans.
Yep.
So they're working that out. Meanwhile, it is a first down for Mineral Point on that little pass to Vamstead. And Griffin's back on his feet, so that's good to see. I want to thank our sponsors here tonight. They include Sullivan Auctioneer, Big Iron Realty. If you have livestock, farmland, or buildings to sell, call Darryl Kraft. Visit bigiron.com to learn more. Mineral Point offense coming back out now. Keeping the drive alive. 1st and 10, just outside the 30 at the 31 of Cuba City. 3 receivers right, 1 left. 2:43 to play, third quarter. Man in motion, Pouts. And it's a quarterback keeper by Carey right up the gut. He takes advantage of a nice hole and rips off 7, almost 8 yards on that one. Good hard run.
Good hard run, 8 yards.
Yeah, actually, it's closer to 9 on that carry. Heck of a run. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Carey again out of the pistol. Pouts behind him in the pistol. Here comes a quick pass, a flare out in the flat. It's caught by Vamstead around the right side before he's escorted out of bounds, but another first down, another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for Mineral Point. As that'll take them inside the Bitech green zone now, Scott. And it's 1st and 10 inside the 15. Mark it at the 13-yard line. So a very nice drive here being put together.
It is a nice drive, but Cuba City up by 2 scores. They're saying, well, take your time, eat away the third quarter.
Clock is down to under 2 minutes left in the quarter, minute 58. Actually, clock has stopped for the time being since Vamstead went out of bounds. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Here comes a run up the gut by Pouts, and he is upended. Great low tackle by Briggs Rundy.
Off the right side,
and looks like
14,
little to no gain, maybe a yard.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him 2.
Well, a little bit more. All right. Clock down to a minute and a half left here in this third quarter. Mineral Point down 2 scores, 35-21. Cuba City here with a minute 20 to go in the third quarter. Here's a man in motion as a handoff to Pouts up the middle, and he is hit and taken down near the 10. Looks to me like Collins brings him down on that one. And a timeout on the field. We do have a
Mineral Point
player who also appears to have a cramp. So
good pursuit by Cuba City there. They had 5 guys right there.
Now, once again, good to see that it's just a cramp, which, was a warm day today.
Yes, it was, and you are in school, so they're probably not drinking the water like they should.
But turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous night for football. And he's back on his feet, so that's good to see. It's Pouts.
Gain of 2 on that run. 3rd and 7 now from the Cuba City 10-yard line.
So 3rd down and 7 coming up after that 2-yard gain a moment ago. Yana now in the backfield for the Pointers here. He's lined up in the pistol behind the quarterback, Carey. 3 receivers right, 1 left. 58 seconds left in the half. Carey going to keep it, try to run around the left side, and not a lot of real estate there. He's hauled down, it looks like, by Collins after he picks up maybe a yard or so.
Maybe a yard, yeah. It was one of those one-pass plays. He had a chance to throw it, but
little RPO action.
We have
a flag down.
We got a yellow hanky sitting out there.
Pink's Automotive penalty looks like forthcoming. Boy, you don't want one of those if you're Mineral Point, but this is on Cuba City. So that's a big penalty. I was going to say, if this is on Mineral Point and it pushes them back, this is the kind of thing that could derail a drive. But thankfully for Mineral Point, it is not on them. It's against Cuba City. So that'll move it down to the 5, which will set up, looks like about 4th and 2.
Yeah, looks like it. Long 3.
Long 3? Or a long 2?
Half the distance to the goal.
Here we go. 4th down. Big play. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun. Carey going to keep it. Trying to run around the right side. He is hit
He's
and
not going to
taken
get
down, and he will not get the first down. The Cuba City defense rises up. That's Terpstra, who led the charge, and does not allow Mineral Point to get the first down, and the drive ends in a turnover on down, Scott.
Yes, big stop there. They actually tackle him for a yard loss.
Wow. Big stop, and Cuba City will take over. Now, they are deep in their own territory, so that's the only downside, but obviously they keep Mineral Point off the scoreboard and keep that 2-score lead, 35-21. 27 seconds remaining here in this third quarter.
Traveled to River Valley on Thursday.
Looks like Coach Leonard talking it over with the officials for a moment here. Cuba City will take over at their own 5-yard line. So 1st and 10, Cubans. Deep in their own territory. Again, 27 seconds left in the third quarter. And here comes a handoff. A run by Ethan Griffin. Wow. Thought for a moment he flashed and was going to bust loose. He was just roped down by Sawyer Dannenberg. Otherwise, he might have been off to the races, Scott.
Oh, I thought so too.
He's tackled just shy of the 10, so he picks up close to 4 yards on that run. 2nd down and 6 to go. And that will do it for the third quarter. The score is 35-21. Cuba on top of Mineral Point. We'll be back with the fourth quarter next here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 10.
I'm here today with Keith Dula from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Keith, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there's no need for plug-in charging.
That's awesome. What about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Hey, that's a great question. Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there are a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and to take a test drive today.
In game 10.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter here from Ron Murphy Field. We're in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. It's an open-air broadcast booth tonight.
2nd and 6 for the
As in, we're in the stands.
Yep.
Beautiful night, though. Cuba City facing a 2nd down and long, and Bradley Rowe is off to the races, and he's shaking tacklers and rumbling across the 40, tackled up near the 45.
Number 42.
And we have a host of flags thrown after the play is over with. What a run by Bradley Rowe.
Yes, it's going to be a face mask.
So he takes it from the 9 all the way out to the 47, and then it looks like additional yardage is coming, and it is a face mask, as you said.
41-yard scamper.
Plus
a tag on 15 for face mask.
Felt like Chris Berman for a moment. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Against the pointers on that.
That was a old-school fullback style run, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 1st and 10, a Sullivan Auctioneer Big Iron Realty first down for Cuba City. Working out of the gun, it is Hudson Kieler. Rowe to his right. He'll give it to Rowe again. Slipped for a moment and falls forward. Not a ton of yards on that one. Picks up a couple.
Tackled by number 2, Cole Rip.
I think he lost his footing a little bit as he kind of dug in on that one.
I still got 4 yards on that carry.
Yeah, not bad. Not 41, but you'll take it.
No.
Especially right now because the clock is your friend if you're Cuba City, right? You're trying to run this down, and power football is what you want.
Enemy if you're Mineral Point. And really, even if Cuba City doesn't score here, they change the field position real quick.
Yeah. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun here for Kieler. Handoff to Rowe. Trying to turn it outside to the left, and he's stacked up and pushed back. Jacob Dannenberg leading the charge. We do have a flag thrown behind the play here. I'm not sure what the indication is, but it looks like a hold.
Holding, yep.
So that one, it wasn't going to be much of a gain on the run, but now Cuba City will lose 10 yards. I would assume they will take the penalty because or not. What do you think?
They probably will, but as a coach, again, it's the only minimal gain. You still got them third and about 7-8 yards for a first down. You take the penalty, and now you're giving them second down all over again.
Holding against Cuba City.
That'll move it back to the 45.
Which means Cuba City could run off almost 2 minutes here.
Yeah. Very true. So that will keep it second down, but second down and 17 coming up for the Cubans. Again at the 45 of Mineral Point. 3 receivers right, 1 left. And shotgun for Kieler with Rowe to his left. Takes a snap, looking right. He's going to step up in the pocket, now flushed out to the right. Looks downfield, throws towards the sideline. What a catch by Carter Rundy. Did he get it in bounds? That's the question.
I don't think so.
No. But heck of a catch.
Yes, it was.
Keeler's pass intended for Rundy.
But it will not count and sets up a 3rd and 17.
Which, by not catching it or actually going out of bounds, stops the clock and in favor of Mineral Point here.
Very true. 3rd down now and long for the Cubans. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Rowe up the gut. Big hole. Still on his feet. Lowers the shoulder. And he's tackled by Vamstead, but not after getting a huge first down run by Bradley Rowe. Wow, Bradley Rowe has just kind of taken over this second half.
16 yards in that rumble.
What a run.
It's first down.
And I admit, when he gets ahead of steam, you do not want to see that guy coming at you.
Nope.
1st and 10, Cuba City. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Again, shotgun here for Kieler, and again to Rowe. He bounces it to the right, still on his feet, churning forward, and gets down near the 10-yard line, which should set up a 1st and goal for the Cubans.
Again off the right side, tackled by 21 Kite.
Kite makes the stop for Mineral Point. That's a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Inside the Bitech green zone, and now a 1st and goal to go. From the 9-yard line.
14-yard scamper.
Yeah, there's been some big chunk runs here on this drive by Bradley Rowe. And I guess if you're Cuba, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
That's right.
This time, though,
Kieler.
Somebody
forgot the ball.
Yep, Kieler lost the handle for a moment and then, ends up losing a bunch of yardage, and not how you drew it up if you're Cuba City there.
Kieler is sacked on the play by number 2, Cole Rip.
Ends up being a 10-yard loss.
Rip tackles him for the sack. It's a Sups.com sack, and that will move it all the way back out to the 19. We're at 2nd and goal from the 19 with 9:04 to go. I guess the only good news for Cuba City is that clock continues to tick. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left here. Shotgun for Kieler. Again, Rowe to his right. Hands it off to Rowe. Up the gut. Still on his feet. Churning forward. Gets down near the 5. Tackled at about the 6. Nice run.
Rowe with the run again.
15 yards.
Down by number 9, Cole Bouts, and 17.
I mean, look at these chunk runs, Scott. 41, 16, 14, 15. I mean, Bradley Rowe is just, just dominating here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah. Third down, like I said before, even if they don't score, they had turned that field around all the way through.
Here comes Rowe again, up the middle. He will just churn and dive, and he's in. Touchdown. Was looking for an official signal. He is in for the touchdown. So it's a 6-yard Northland Buildings touchdown by Bradley Rowe. His first score of the game, and boy, that one kind of an exclamation point for the Cubans. Are now up 41-21. Landon Bush to kick the extra point now. Teasdale to hold. The kick is on the way, and it is good. So the extra point is through. And Cuba City now leads 42-21. We'll keep it here. We want to thank some of our fine sponsors. We appreciate them for having us on, including Mark, Trish, and Casey Thompson at Thompson's IGA in Cuba City. They want to wish the Cuba City football team good luck. Check out their weekly ad at thompsonsiga.com. Thompson's IGA in Cuba City, hometown proud. Also, Cuba City Collision and Repair. Cuba City Collision and Repair is recommended by a long list of satisfied customers. See Joel Groom, Brian Cohn, and the crew at Cuba City Collision and Repair. Ivy Construction Incorporated, family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate and excavation company serving southwest Wisconsin. That's Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. Well, if you're Mineral Point, it's not over yet, Scott, but this next drive, again, is kind of must-score territory, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's definitely they have to score. If they don't, it's pretty much over.
So we'll see. Maybe a big special teams play could spark the pointers. You never know.
Yep. Might be something good.
Here comes Bush with the kickoff. This one, wow, will roll all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
So come out to the 20.
So never mind on the special teams magic, but Mineral Point will take over at their own 20-yard line here. 8:09 to play in the fourth quarter. Of course, tomorrow, we should mention this, Scott. We've got Wisconsin Badger football on our airwaves. Badgers down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, of all places.
Yes. Almost.
What do you think? Upset? Bucky upset?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen Alabama play, but Alabama's still more athletic than Wisconsin.
4 receivers set here. Carey to pass. Fires downfield. And it is incomplete, but we do have a flag thrown. In coverage on the play was number 23, Wyatt Yost, but looks like they're going to get Yost for a pass interference penalty on the receiver, which was Elliott Kite. So I think this one may be coming against the Cubans. So I'm sensing from you, Scott, you feel Bucky has a fighter's chance tomorrow.
They have a fighting chance. Their defense isn't too bad. The offense is still in progress, but I just think Alabama is just.
Wouldn't that get everybody's attention, though, if the Badgers went down there and won?
Yeah, it would.
4 receivers set, pistol formation for Carey. He pump fakes. He's hit, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and Cuba, no, it's still loose. And I think Mineral Point now, Dannenberg rolls on it and recovers it for the Pointers.
Yes, he does.
That one almost turnover number 2 of the game for Mineral Point.
We do have a flag on, which is in the holding area.
Yeah. And it is a hold.
Oh,
it's on Cuba City.
Holding indicated.
Oh, no, it's on Mineral Point.
It's on Mineral Point.
Okay. So they initially signaled on Cuba City, but appears to be on Mineral Point here. So it is holding on the Pointers, yep. So I'll move that back 10 yards. 7:52 remaining here in this fourth quarter. It'll move the ball back to the 24, well, about 25 actually, where it's 1st and 20 here for the Pointers. Carey working out of the pistol. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Takes a snap, looks to the near side, throws downfield over the head of Bossert. Bossert hadn't quite got out of his break yet on the route, and that one sailed over his head, incomplete. Clock stops with 7:41 remaining. 42-21, Cuba City on top. Cubans trying to get their first win of the season tonight, Scott.
Yes, it would be a good victory for them.
I mean, it's something Guy Kopp did talk to us about on the pregame. You know, you get a little pep in your step when you finally get a win.
Yes, you do. Get that monkey off your back, and it makes the next week's practice go a lot more enjoyable.
Carey pump fake, looking to throw deep downfield. Yos in coverage. It's caught. What a grab.
Carey's pass is
coming up,
complete
it's
to number
Kite.
21,
Elliot Kite.
For a Mineral Point first down.
And that was skin-tight coverage, too, by Yos. But somehow Kite reels it in at the 45 of Cuba City. Big gainer. Great throw, great catch. And again, not bad defensive coverage on the play. I mean, Wyatt Yos was literally right there.
Yes, he was. He had good coverage.
So big gainer there. 1st and 10 for Mineral Point at the 45. Carey to throw. He is going to be ripped down from behind by Rowe. He actually, they're going to say, I think they're going to say he, well, now we have a flag that comes out. He was in the grasp, as they would say, before he lost the ball and fumbled it. Or no, they're calling it intentional grounding.
Well, to me, it would have been more of a fumble than an intentional grounding.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I would have. Well, again, if they wanted to blow it dead and call him in the grasp, but I guess they're going to call what they're going to call. So it'll be an intentional grounding, and they'll move it back.
And it's a loss of down.
And it's a loss of down, right? So it will be 2nd down.
Intentional grounding was called against the Pointers.
And 20. So 2nd and 20, it'll move it back across midfield at the 45 of Mineral Point. Yana in motion. Now here comes a quick slant to the left. It's behind Vamstead, though. Incomplete.
Carey's pass intended for Vamstead falls incomplete. 3rd and 20 now.
You know, Carey's a young man thrown into a probably varsity.
Yeah,
maybe
just a sophomore.
Just a year too early, but he's getting the experience. He's really
these are valuable reps.
By the time he's a senior, he could be a stud of a quarterback.
Absolutely. 2 receivers to either side here. Pistol for Carey, and again, Yana out of the backfield. And a quick hitter to Bossert to the right. It's caught. He's popped at the 50. It's Ethan Griffin with the stop there.
Tackled by 42 Rowe.
Rowe in on the hit as well. A gain of
now for the Pointers.
5, almost 6.
Yep, 5 yards. Well, big 4th down here.
And if you're Mineral Point, obviously at this stage you have to go for it.
Yep, and you're behind the sticks, so.
Yeah, 4th and 14 about.
You got to throw it between the 35 and 40 to give them a chance to get the first down.
2 receivers to either side. Shotgun formation. Carey being blitzed. Rundy. Oh, my goodness. He was just crushed by Bradley Rowe. Wow, that pocket collapsed in a hurry.
Oh, it definitely did.
Briggs Rundy was coming free around the left end, and then Rowe just right up the gut smacked him, and we do have an injured pointer on the ground. You don't like to see that.
No, and I was surprised Carey jumped up right away the way he got hammered.
Yeah, that shows you how tough he is, because he got popped. The man on the ground, I believe, is Brady Haas of Mineral Point that they're attending to. So, sure hope he's all right. 6:34 left here in this ball game. 42-21 Cuba City. He's going to get up. Kind of looks like maybe the right leg, right knee, or ankle, but he's able to walk off on his own power. Just has a bit of a limp, unfortunately.
Well, Cuba City just keep running the ball and chew up the clock.
Yeah, I mean, this is Bradley Rowe time, right?
Yep. And take your time.
Yep.
Use that clock and wait till the back official starts counting.
Looks like we do have some scoring updates. Shoebox scoreboard. Lancaster leading Platteville 38-33. 9 minutes plus left in that one. And that's the most recent scoring update we have.
Brewers are still ahead, 5-2.
Haven't heard anything on that Potosi-Cassville Ridge game. That was just a 1-point game at halftime, 8-7. So I'm kind of eagerly anticipating hearing what the scoring update on that one is. That one on Extreme 107.1 tonight. Also, our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel. Boy, a lot of time being taken here for Cuba City to come back out onto the field. Not sure what the holdup is, Scott.
Well, they had injury time, so they get the full time out.
Now they come out onto the field. Looks like we're ready to play. Well, it looks like we have backups in now for Cuba City, or at least some backups. Teasdale looks to be in at quarterback now. That's Jonas Teasdale. And Wyatt Yos is to his left at running back. He'll give it to Yos, and Yos will rumble through and churns ahead for about 3 on that one. You know, this is a nice opportunity for Cuba City getting the reserves into a game, which, let's face it, when you're 0-3, you're not going to get a lot of backups into games. So this is a nice opportunity for them, isn't it, Scott?
It definitely is, and the more opportunity you can give kids to play a little bit of varsity ball, the better it is. Give them that experience.
Absolutely, and I mean, taking over in plus territory at your opponent's 45, as you said, really time is the big thing for Cuba City. They just want to milk this clock. And here comes a handoff again to Yos, right side, and then he cuts it back, bounces off a tackler, still on his feet. He's down inside the 30 before he's roped down by, I believe, number 53. That would be Tyler Vondra.
Tyler Vondra. Result of that run is a first down.
That was some nifty little running there by Yos, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. 16 yards.
Kind of a jitterbug style of running, you know?
Yep.
He's a small back, but really has some shifty moves. Another sub comes in off the bench for Cuba City. This is Landon Geyer. He's a sophomore, wearing number 1. He'll be looks like a tight end to the right. Teasdale working out of the shotgun here. Gives it to Yos again. And Yos right up the middle, plenty of running room. Will turn his way close to the 20-yard line before he's finally stopped.
You know, he's short and a little stocky. He can get through those linemen, and it's hard to find.
That's the thing, right? When you're small like that, you almost blend in and you get hidden.
Yep.
You know?
Gain of 5 on that run, 2nd and 5.
Under 5 minutes left in this one.
Pointers
42-21. Cuba City just trying to salt this game away. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun here for Teasdale. Backup quarterback in. He'll hand it off to Yos again around the left side. And stopped at the 15 and then pushed out of bounds. A lot of reserves in for Mineral Point as well, we should point out.
Yos with the run off the left side for a Cuban's first down.
And that is a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. And also takes the ball inside the Bitech green zone with 4:27 to play. And it's 1st and 10, Cuba City down at the 12 of the Pointers.
You'd like to see the young kids get a touchdown, but on the other hand,
yeah, if you're a Mineral Point reserve defender, you want to keep them off the board, don't you?
Yep.
Shotgun here for Teasdale. Hands it off to Yost. Cuts it to the right. Spins inside the 5. He's pinballed down near maybe the 3.
Yost with the carry again off the right side.
Now they're going to spot him at the 4, it looks like, actually.
Yep.
Hill picks up 7, almost 8 yards on that run.
I was going to say, I had 7. Did they move it on me?
No, I'd say 7's accurate. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun for Teasdale. Again, Yost to his left. And Yost the run. He'll walk in. Touchdown.
Number 23, Wyatt Yost.
So a 4-yard touchdown for Yost. That is a Northland Buildings touchdown. And Cuba City now out 48-21 over Mineral Point. And I think we can say it, Scott. The monkey is officially off Coach Guy Kopp and the Cuba City Cubans back, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You know, these are 2 young teams battling it.
Here comes the extra point, and it is good. And it's 49-21, Cuba City.
49, Mineral Point 21.
We'll keep it here. 3:45 remaining in this one. We want to thank our sponsors. Coming up on our post-game show, don't forget we'll name our most valuable player. Also our drive of the game, the Tricor Turning Point, and the scrapper of the game. That's one of my favorite awards, Scott, is the scrapper, because that's just about hard work, grit, and effort.
Yes, it is.
And I don't know about you, but I just love players like that. They give everything that they have. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Even it could be a Mineral Point player. Could be somebody on the losing end who just gave everything they had. So we shall see.
I kind of have somebody in mind, but.
Okay. All right. Keep it under your hat for the moment.
Under the wrap.
Yep. That Badger game tomorrow, I should mention, that's an 11 a.m. kick, so it's an early one. It's supposed to be blazing hot in Tuscaloosa.
Yep.
We're talking mid-90s. So, whew! Bring the Gatorade, right?
But Badgers preseason camp at Platteville were in those degrees, so might be. I know last week it was beautiful weather.
Yeah.
But
49-21 here, Cuba City on top of Mineral Point. Here comes the ensuing kickoff with 3:45 left. And here comes a low liner. And it's going to be fielded by Mineral Point. I believe the ball carrier was Blake Robb. And it was Robb. He is a 5'8" sophomore. Tackled near the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 there for the Pointers. So, you know, if you're Mineral Point, your reserves are in at this point as well, and you just want to find some positives as you, kind of wrap up this game, don't you?
Yes, you do. You don't, like you said, you give these kids a chance to get a little varsity experience.
Yeah, it looks like we've got new quarterback in there as well for Mineral Point. Number 15, Eli James, and here comes a run to the right. The ball carrier, number 24, Traven Golly. So, lots of new faces out there.
Yep.
You know, those guys practice hard too.
Yes, they do.
And nice to get a little playing time. 3:08 remaining in this one. 49-21 Cuba City. Here comes a run play right. Nowhere to go there. Right into the arms of the defender. Number 74 for Cuba City. That is Noah Thompson. Big tackle.
Negative carry of 1 yard.
Yep. They lose a yard, and that'll set up 3rd down and 5 for the Pointers. 2.5 left in this one. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Looks like James working out of the gun here. Low snap, picks it up. He's going to run with it, and he is not going to go very far. A host of Cubans come up to make the stop. Look like number 71, or excuse me, number 70, Landry Dietzel, in on the stop. 4th down now, under 2 minutes to go. And we have a new deep man back to receive the kick here.
Oh, no.
Owen Lindsay. Oh, they're going for it. Okay,
yeah.
Never mind.
Let the kids go for it.
Eli James working out of the shotgun here. Looks to pass, throws. It is incomplete, intended for number 19, Memphis Burkholter. And that will turn the ball over on downs and give it back to Cuba City, who could, I would think, just take a knee at this point, but we'll see if they run any plays. And we'll have our Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show coming up. Just a moment. Again, 49-21. Cuba City going to come out of here with their first win of the season.
Pretty much just hand it off.
Yep, they'll just take a knee.
Take a knee.
Yeah. As long as Mineral Point doesn't call a timeout, that is all they need to do. So Jonas Teasdale, backup quarterback in, takes a knee, couple more, and we will call it a game. Again, congratulations, Scott, on your induction into the Belmont Sports High School Hall of Fame tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks.
If you're looking for something to do, head out to the Belmont School and Community Fair. Their parade is at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And you're going to be in the parade, aren't you?
Yep, I will be in the parade. And then the induction is in January, where the other ones are. And I'm trying to think. It's the football team, 77, 78, 79.
I should mention that the fair this year is dedicated to Brian Lenhair, longtime band teacher. I believe 36 years at Belmont. And there's the final kneel down. And that will do it for our game tonight. Your final score, 49-21, Cuba City over Mineral Point. And we'll be back with the Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management postgame show coming up next year on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game 4 minutes.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on South West Street in Galena.
I know. It was a little quiet, you know. I wanted, but I understand.
At the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m.
Well, it was close in the first half, you know.
Hey y'all, I'm Kelly Clarkson. Every American dreams of creating a better life for his or her family, but in some communities, those dreams face difficult challenges. When we come together to help those in need get the same opportunities as everyone else, we truly are making our country a better place to live for all of us. So look for volunteer opportunities in your community to help others achieve the American dream, all right? This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Your high school postgame show is brought to you by Elena and Ben Reeves at Edward Jones, a financial service firm serving individuals and business owners.
Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey, welcome back to the postgame show. It is the Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show as the Cuba City Cubans get the win 49-21 over the host Mineral Point Pointers. And Cuba City gets their first win of the season. So off the schneid, monkey off the back, Coach Guy Kopp and his crew got to be feeling pretty good tonight. If you're Mineral Point, unfortunately, they fall to the same record now as Cuba City at 1-3. And we'll run down our Most Valuable Player Award, also Drive of the Game, Tricor Turning Point, and Scrapper of the Game, all coming up here in just a moment. Also, look at our post-game stats. I know Scott is feverishly working to get the stats ready to go in just a second. But first, we want to thank some sponsors. They include Thompson's IGA in Cuba City, Mark, Trish, and Casey Thompson at Thompson's IGA. Want to wish the Cuba City football team good luck. Check out their weekly ad at thompsonsiga.com. That's Thompson's IGA, Cuba City, hometown proud. Also, Ivy Construction Incorporated, family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate excavation company serving southwest Wisconsin. That's Ivy's Construction in Mineral Point. Game brought to you by these fine folks, Sloan Implement, your local John Deere dealer. Sloan Implement, helping you reach your field goals with new and used equipment along with parts and service. See Sloan Implement in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. Game also brought to you by Community First Bank. First for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at communityfirstbank.com. cfbank.com, member FDIC. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and West End Salvage for recycling as well as construction, demolition waste to West End Salvage of Lancaster. And Northland Buildings, our touchdown sponsor. For quality Northland buildings built tough in the Northland, contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post-frame buildings. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber, when you are ready. And Grant Regional Health Center, their ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. That's Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here. Well, let's start with our post-game stats. Scott, if you want to take it away.
Well, I'm not quite finished yet.
You need another timeout?
Yeah.
We can take another timeout. We'll take one more break, be back with our post-game stats coming up next. Again, the final is 49-21, Cuba City over Mineral Point here on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game 1 minute.
It's been said that when someone you love has Parkinson's, you have Parkinson's.
The Parkinson's Foundation knows that the disease doesn't just affect the diagnosed. It affects everyone who supports and helps care for them.
If you have questions, the Parkinson's Foundation has answers.
We can help you understand the disease
and give you tips for living a better life.
Find your answers at parkinson.org or call 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
These are the sounds of a dinner. A dinner that almost didn't happen. A dinner now served thanks to people like you. Due to COVID-19, 17 million more Americans may face hunger. Feeding America is helping our neighbors in need. And if you're able, you can too. Donations are being accepted at feedingamerica.org/coronavirus. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Feeding America. 200 food banks strong.
Post-game 1 minute.
And welcome back to the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones post-game show. Final 49-21, Cuba City over Mineral Point. And I do believe now Mr. Tolsman has our stats ready.
Yes, I do. And when you really look at Cuba City, between the first half and second half, they were pretty equal all the way around. They're going to end up with rushing yards, 36 attempts for 219 yards, passing out of 18 attempts, 15 complete, no interceptions for 212 yards, 15 first downs, 5 penalties for 55, and no turnovers. Now for Mineral Point, Cuba City did a pretty good job of shutting them down the second half. They're going to have 29 rushing attempts for 84 yards, 8 out of 16 with no interceptions for 178 yards. 10 first downs, but here's the big one. They're going to have 10 penalties for 100 yards and that one turnover.
Yeah.
So kind of a tale of two halves where Mineral Point was doing well, moving the ball in the first half and scoring. Second half, they couldn't get anything going.
Well, that takes us to our Tricor turning point. I think you may have alluded to it. It's brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance. What do you think is the turning point of the game? Was it that key turnover, which Cuba City converted and eventually scored a touchdown off of right before halftime? Is that the turning point for you?
That's my turning point.
Yeah.
Definitely big time, especially taking that penalty to give them 3 more downs. 3 more downs to get that touchdown, and they ended up getting that touchdown to give them the lead going into the halftime.
Yeah, I can't really disagree. I mean, it's almost an obvious turning point, right? Like the game changed after that. And,
yes, it did.
And Cuba City really never looked back. Now, as far as the drive of the game, that's presented by Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster. Whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service, because at Les Mack, you always get more from Les. And I guess you could potentially look at that final drive before halftime where Cuba City punched it in and scored. But any other particular drives kind of, I guess, speak to you?
I'm going to say the second half. Mineral Point got the kickoff. They went 3 and out. And
then Cuba City
got the ball and
started
marched
at their own 45. 9:53 on the clock when they took over. They went 7 plays, marched down the field, punched it in for a touchdown. Ethan Griffin scored, and it was a 1-yard touchdown plunge, and the extra point was good.
And it gave them a 2-touchdown lead.
So that's going to be the drive of the game, brought to you by Les Mack Automotive. All right, now we get to our awards. We'll start with Most Valuable Player Award. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center of Bloomington, and Hermson's at the bottom of Main and Platteville. They will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Go to Hermson's in Bloomington and Platteville. Who do you got for MVP tonight?
Oh, I'm going to give it to Cuba City's number 21.
Ethan Griffin.
That's right. He ran the ball hard. He very seldom ever got tackled for a loss, and he just kept pounding and pounding and pounding.
I can't disagree. And my favorite award, the scrapper of the game, Scott. West End Salvage Scrapper of the game, the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage. Now, again, this doesn't have to be a Cuba City player. We could go with a Mineral Point player if one of their players was the scrappiest to you. What do you think?
Actually, both sides played good defense, per se.
Mm-hmm.
Cuba City just was a little bit more dominant.
Yep.
But, there's 2 kids that stick out in my mind. Granted, it was later in the game.
Right.
But 42.
Bradley Rowe.
The way he came in and
he was a hammer. Yeah, he was a hammer.
Pounded the ball, and
Yep.
I know he's been out.
Yep.
And it was good to see him run the ball. Between him and that little, is it a sophomore, 23?
You're talking Yost, yeah.
Yep.
Little Yost. I mean, he was fun. And, he kind of does embody that scrapper thing, doesn't he?
Yep.
I mean, Bradley, I understand what you're saying about Bradley Rowe. But I kind of like the Ethan Yost pick.
Yep.
Just because we're talking a little guy who really, hadn't seen a ton of playing time until tonight, got in, played good on defense, but then on offense, boy, he had some nice runs and really showed some toughness for a little guy.
Yes, he did. And, he plays at that corner. And I think there was only one pass that was caught against him.
Yeah, that long completion to Kite, but he still had perfect position. I mean, he was right there.
Yep.
So I think we'll go with Wyatt Yos. Wyatt Yos, our scrapper of the game, brought to you by West End Salvage. All right, well, I think that'll about wrap it up for us tonight on the Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show. Scott, any final thoughts?
It's a good win for Cuba City. You know, they started off with some pretty tough teams like Mineral Point, but it gives them a win, and it can build towards the future. Mineral Point's just got to regroup and keep fighting. They're a very young team, and they'll be all right. It's just it's a growing pains, and I know how that goes. You know, I remember winning the conference one year and not doing so well the next year, but you know, that's part of the game sometimes. You take the good with the bad. And
you bet. We do have a final. Platteville defeats Lancaster with a bomb pass, 40-38. Wow, what a thriller. That one was over on 97.7 Country tonight. Have not had an update on the Potosi-Cassville River Ridge game, so a little surprised at that, but you can hear the conclusion of that one on Extreme 107.1 and also our Queen Bee Radio YouTube channel. Our final, though, one last time. Cuba City gets their first win of the year. They win 49-21 over Mineral Point. On Super Hits 106, KIYX, Sageville, Dubuque, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Have a great rest of your Friday night.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
Did they?
Dubuque Super Hits 106 is KIYX Sageville, Dubuque, a Queen Bee radio station. On air at 106.1 and online at superhits106.com.
Yeah, that
All
one's
the songs I love.
kind of a shocker.